And today, ladies and saints, we have some special guests. We are going to be blessed today with some holosophy. We have two, I don't even know what to call y'all. Okay.
Arab thoughts is what your
Arab
chat
thoughts,
said.
Yeah.
hoes,
Okay. Fair
new
enough.
Khalifa series.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two
Well,
girls, one guy.
go ahead and give us your introduction and we're going to get cooking.
My name's Jazmen Jafar. I am an creator. I'm also a lawyer, so a lot of people call me 304 lawyer. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Are there lenses in your glasses?
No, I'm just trying to copy her.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Yours do have lenses, though.
yeah.
You're legitimately blind.
Exactly.
Fine.
My name's Farha Khalidi. I'm. Which camera does it?
Just look at me. We'll just talk. She'll
Okay.
work the cameras. Yeah.
My name's Farha Khalidi. I'm a content creator on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, but my best content is on .com.
.com.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. And we have both of their information. So if you guys are perverts, you can patronize them and continue to make them more successful and update the natural order of the world. Fantastic. Now, you I'm a little bit familiar with. We're going to, of course, dig into some background. And I don't really want to debate you all unless it's necessary, because I have observed when people are debating you all, it's mostly I feel like they're trying to save a hoe. And I truly believe in letting a hoe drown.
Okay.
I feel like they're trying to change you. They're asking you questions like, well, what are you going to do after OnlyFans?
Well, because, we're going to be fine after OnlyFans.
In what sense?
Like, we're going to be
Financially,
like mentally, spiritually, emotionally.
Yeah.
Mentally.
When starting our families, they're gonna be
Yeah.
rich and happy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you feel like currently you all are both mentally and spiritually sound.
In the industry, I would
Definitely.
say we have some of the most top tier mental health. Yeah.
Definitely.
You know what? That makes sense. It's almost like if I said, in Darfur, I have good health comparatively.
I don't know what
Well,
what's Darfur.
I mean, if you look at our stories, both of us grew up like in intact homes. Like we don't have those circumstances that sometimes lead people to this lifestyle. Like I have a lot of education,
Yeah.
parents together, all of that. So I don't know where I would get this terrible mental health from.
Yes. You were just naturally black-hearted and soulless.
I mean,
Very
sure.
good. Very good. And you don't know where Darfur is. You've never heard of it.
I don't know what that is either.
Where'd you grow up?
Upstate New York.
Huh. Wow. I'm actually surprised. And where'd you grow up?
Oregon.
Oregon. I would think you both would know that those are two fairly liberal places. Darfur is in Sudan.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
You heard of Sudan?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Hey. I mean, you've not heard of Darfur. There's been an ongoing genocide, but hey, I mean, at the end of the day, you all show your butthole for a living.
True.
What's that?
I said you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't expect much of you. But when I look at you, now we realize everyone has their own taste. But when I look at you, you're counterintuitive for me, right? I'm not a consumer, but when I look at her, I'm like, okay, I get it. You got the huge juggies, baby need a baba, baby need a baba. So I'm like, okay, for sure. I understand how perverts would go here. But then I look at you and I say, So tell me more.
About that.
I need an explanation. Like, Like, this is what I'm saying. I'm basically like, look, if I were you, there's no way in hell I'd be like, look, I could get paid by getting naked. That would have never crossed my mind. I'd be like, I better study hard as hell in school because I need this education.
Why?
Because I don't find that you have any features that I would assume would be generally profitable in the industry that you're in.
I guess I really lucked out then. I do pretty
No,
She does
no, I
really
don't.
well.
I don't know that you lucked out. That's why I'm asking you, because you know something that I don't know. You have an insight into men. You have an insight into your industry, and I'm sincerely curious.
I think a lot of people subscribe to my to talk to me in large part. Like they find me via these debates and they want
Yes.
to have a conversation. I think that's a large appeal.
They want to have a conversation, you think, because of your intellect or because they're lonely persons who also find you sexually appealing?
I'm sure it's in tandem with that as well. Yeah, I think if they were less lonely, they'd probably seek out conversation with people in their real life.
Right, like
Yeah.
real human
OnlyFans
beings.
top performers come in all like shape. It's not like all of them have that like big boobs look that I do.
Well, I wouldn't
There's
even
like
think
a
it's
variety of things. Like if you look at the top performers, there's some that are really skinny and like
Right.
have that nerdy e-girl vibe.
Yes.
Some girls are like goth. Some people have that MILF. Some people have like the big girl dominatrix look. Like people all different.
right, but there's usually an extreme in some area, right? The extremely large behind, or the extremely skinny
That's not
girl,
true.
or
That's not
the
true at all.
Like Stella Berry is pretty like girl next door looking.
Like I remember when I was starting, I assumed the same thing you
Mhm.
assumed, but then when I was like looking into starting OnlyFans and I was looking at girls, like, okay, what do I want? Like looking at successful girls, some of
Yes.
them literally just look like baristas that just
Just like an average everyday girl.
everyday girl that's just really good at marketing. And
So it's a marketing game, you
yeah,
say?
for sure, it's definitely a marketing.
So it's really psychology. It's marketing and psychology.
Yeah.
Not even necessarily, hey, I have the natural gifts that we all know appeal to
I
the
don't
male
think the
eye.
most beautiful women on OnlyFans are making necessarily the most money.
You know, that
which
does
is a
make
great point
sense.
because someone like you always says that if we didn't have these types of bodies, we're not using our brain. But
What do you mean, someone like me? Have we met?
No, I've seen you on whatever a little bit, and I think you were
Okay.
saying to the OnlyFans girls that if they had their brain in a man's body, they wouldn't be able to make any money. But you just
Right.
said to me, I don't have a particularly like amazing body compared to
I
a
did not
porn
say that.
star. So my point is simply that like
I just said
my
you're.
brain and
I said
marketing
to
a little
me you're
bit.
globally unattractive. Is what I was saying. I didn't say you don't have a particularly good body. I was just saying to me you're globally unattractive, and so I was shocked at where you would get the sense to say, "Damn, I want to try to monetize my good
Clearly,
looks."
you're wrong because she's globally
Well, he could
attractive.
be-
and
No,
he could
I
be
am not
right,
wrong.
and
I said
also-
globally unattractive to me.
so your
See, your
personal
listening
preference.
skills are poor.
Oh,
That's going to adversely affect your relationships.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I do pretty well in relationships.
I don't think so. I think that you're with
So
low
you're wrong
quality,
on her
low grade
attractiveness
males.
level. You're wrong on all
No,
of
you're
it.
wrong on your listening because I said she's unattractive to me. So there's
So
impossible
you're
for me to be
wrong.
wrong
Well,
about
She
that.
could be unattractive to you. You're right. That could be
Thank
the
you.
truth.
Now
but
you've
you are
proven your
clearly
listening skills.
wrong on how other people perceive her.
I never
Your
made a
standard
statement
of
on how other
beauty is
people perceive her.
incorrect
I never
compared
made a
to the
statement on that. So
objective
you're
standard of
literally
beauty.
making it up. That's the problem. When you're not listening,
I'm
you
not making it
can't
up.
you can't
You
address
said
things.
that she's unattractive to you, but clearly
Right.
your preference is outside of the general
Of her audience. That's
Yeah,
right. That's why I
generally,
asked
I'd
her.
say. Like,
No,
she would be generally-
stop it.
She would be generally objectively
Stop it.
attractive.
Stop it. Poppycock nonsense. You're a true comedian. I like that. Okay, now I have a number of things that I think will be a little bit different to discuss with you all. But what were you doing before?
I was doing content creation
Uh-huh.
full time, like TikTok, and then before that, I was working in lobbying, and then before that, I was in college.
What's your age?
24.
Okay, so you're 20. Oh, damn. So when you say before that and before that, these are short periods of before. Okay, fair enough. So you graduated university. Are you open to say where you went to school?
I went to Albany. I studied English,
Okay.
and then I worked as a writer for like 5 years throughout college and after.
Okay.
Worked in lobbying for a little bit, and then was doing TikTok pretty much full time since.
Wow. Okay. That's curious. All right. So graduated school at 22.
Mhm.
Okay. Then continued some stuff that you were doing in lobbying.
Yeah, I was doing like TikTok as well as working at a lobbying firm at the
Mhm.
time.
And your TikTok, I imagine, was blowing up or showing you some level of promise.
Yeah, at that point, my TikTok income like severely surpassed my lobbying income, and I wanted to pursue that more.
Okay, very good. And then when did you say, okay, I need to go from TikTok? What was like kind of the
I moved to LA, and it's way less stigmatized in LA to pursue something like sex work, and so I wanted to try it out of curiosity. So I started about a year ago.
okay. And you had it in you before you moved to LA, or you felt like you were influenced once you got to LA?
Not necessarily influence. I more so didn't necessarily have the need. Like I was already making a decent income off of like TikTok and sponsorships, but
Uh-huh.
and I kind of stigmatized it myself before moving to LA. Like I saw it as just a really dirty thing, something maybe how you see it. But once I moved to LA, I realized it's really just another platform to monetize off of akin to Instagram.
Got you. And what was bad about it in your view before you started it?
Well, my entire life I went to like prep school and like old money schools and boarding schools. So I think from that purview, I just saw something like OnlyFans to be just like bottom of the barrel.
Got you.
But I was severely off base with that.
Just a heads up. I don't know why it's not updating on TV. That's where we're actually at in terms of live. I have no clue why that looks like that. That's spooky as hell, isn't it?
I wasn't looking at
That's
it.
kind of weird how it's doing that. Yeah. There it says that we're at a certain watch rate, and on here it says we're
But
at
I would agree with you, Far.
750.
I feel like you were really off based on that because the world is changing. Like we were talking about, Bad Baby is getting invited to Oxford to
Exactly.
speak and stuff. So like the culture is
Is the culture changing for the better or the worse, do you think?
For the
better.
That's awesome.
like more of
That's
us,
awesome.
less of you.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that.
And when we say more of you, like for example, in my case, I created an entire vertical. So I created something called effortless attendance, which means that before me, this did not exist. There was no possibility to instantly take attendance without anyone lifting a finger in the higher education space. So I've made contributions to the world. So for
Sure.
you, what has your
That's
contribution been?
disputed by many on the internet.
What has your contribution been?
Well, my contribution is that I speak up about the values I believe in on the internet. I do a pretty good job of advocating for those values. I get a
So
ton of
what is
messages
something
every day.
that people can point to and say, if you didn't exist, this helpful, positive thing would not exist?
I've impacted people's lives, which in a positive way. I've had a ton of people
You
DM me.
do you understand? I'm trying to like get a specific thing. Like in my case, I said I have intellectual property.
Mhm.
I
So would
created.
you say
Yes.
like people political pundits or people like that work for different platforms and try to fight in the culture wars and shift the culture, they're
You're
not
not
doing
understanding
anything?
my question.
You're asking for something tangible.
Okay, so what is something
I
tangible
don't
that
think that
you've
something
contributed
tangible has to be the
to
thing
the
that you
world?
contribute. Just like you could say Ben Shapiro has contributed a lot to the world by creating
You're
a
not
platform.
Ben Shapiro. So
No,
I'm
I
just saying
understand
you,
that, but
like,
I'm
what have
talking
you
about, I'm
created?
saying that your metric of it has to be a tangible thing is
Yes, and
retarded.
so you're saying doing real things in the world is not
No, I'm
valuable.
saying that there's
I
plenty
think
of ways to
you're
impact
saying that
society.
because you don't have any concrete contributions, and in the absence of just being honest and saying,
Like
Marquette,
show me your thing.
one second,
Show me
one
your
second.
app or whatever.
In the absence of
Because I just heard you
one
scam
second,
people and you're
one
poor.
second. In the absence of having done something, you just deny the validity of people who do because you've done nothing. And it's okay, but don't have an inflated sense of self. That's your problem, is that you think you're bigger and better than you are when
But
really you're
you're
just an
not
average
because you
person.
have well,
You're
or I
just an
think we're
average
all
person.
average people, but I don't
Well, she
think
was
that
saying tangibility can't be the
yeah,
metric
a
unless
metric
you say
because
Ben
then you're saying
Shapiro
that
has
Ben
Hold on one second. She
Shapiro,
doesn't need help. She
then
doesn't
you're
need
saying
help.
Tucker Carlson and all these people. I'm
You're
not
not
picking
Tucker
conservative.
Carlson.
I
You're an
understand
fan
that,
girl.
but
So
according
all
to
I'm
you, if Tucker
asking,
Carlson sits
you're
here
not
and
Tucker
no,
Carlson.
but I'm
You're an
asking you,
OnlyFans girl. One
Make
second.
the
She doesn't need
distinction.
help.
No, make the
So all I'm
distinction.
asking you is, what is one thing? I'm not saying more than one thing, because I could name
Well,
a
you're
couple things,
asking for
but
something.
just
You're
one
asking for
thing that
something
you have
tangible.
done that if you
I
hold on
gave
one
you the
second.
answer, but you said that it's not like a
Let me just
concrete
let me
water bottle, so it
clarify. Let
doesn't
me
count.
clarify the question.
I gave you
Let
the
me
answer.
let me clarify the question. If
You're
you were not
deflecting.
here, this good thing would not exist.
I wouldn't be advocating for sex workers. I wouldn't be advocating for my values in a way that actually changes people's minds. That may not be tangible with your fake tangible thing that everyone says is a
but
scam
other people
anyway.
have done that. So what I said is, if you weren't here, there are plenty of slores advocating for, because that's how they earn money.
There's actually not many
There's
girls
plenty.
on that
There's
are
plenty.
actually as well. Like that's part of the reason we get so much.
Do you know that
attention for
just
that.
48 hours ago, there were two girls sitting pretty much where you are doing the same thing, advocating for.
Is
But
this
it's
a
not-
unique
yeah.
job description that you
Yeah.
have?
Yeah, is this like, are you the only person that put your scams out into the universe? Are you the only person
I
that scams your
like what you're
audience?
doing is you're making up lies because your truth is no
No, I
good.
don't know.
Your
but
truth
this is, what
is
I
no
keep
good.
hearing.
Your truth is no
Can I get
good,
my
so you
answer?
make up
Can
lies.
I get my answer,
Real quick,
Steve?
let us just finalize the fact that you've done nothing to contribute to
So
the
if
society.
you think, then
Real
you have
quick.
to give the.
And
You
what's
never
more-
answered my question. Answer
and
my
what's
question.
more than
if
that-
it's not tangible,
real
is it not
quick.
contribution?
And what's
If
more
it's
than
not
that,
tangible, is it not contribution?
we were talking about the
If it's
uniqueness, which is
not-
to say that you matter, because if you weren't here, this thing wouldn't
so
exist.
are you saying that
So
because
you've
our
never done
You're saying
anything.
because our platforms aren't big enough? Because if
No, it's
Tucker
not. It's
Carlson
not
has
the
done
size of
something,
platform.
yeah,
It's because you've
Tucker
done
Carlson,
nothing.
You could say it's the same thing to him. You could say
You've-
there's other political pundits. that
Why
are
do
doing
you have
the
to
same
bring
thing
up Tucker
do.
Carlson?
Because I'm trying to
Because
give
you
an
have
example.
nothing that you've done.
No, because you're saying that the reason that my contribution is
You don't
important is
have
because
one.
it's not tangible. But I point to
No,
other really
because it's not
influential
unique.
people
Listen.
that don't do it.
Listen.
Is Lex Friedman
Yours-
or Joe Rogan? What have they done?
Yours is
What has
not.
Joe Rogan done?
Listen.
Is
Your
it because of the
contribution.
platform? Is it because of the number
You
of
just
people
asked
who
me a
watch the
question. May I
platform?
answer?
You're not answering
You
them.
just asked a question. So
If
you have
you
to
start
stop talking
answering.
for me to answer.
We
Here's the
still
answer.
don't know what an NFT is.
So the problem is this.
If you don't
The
answer
problem is
question,
this,
it's been
that
a year.
you are ashamed and your truth is
That-
so bad, you start lying. I
Can you
asked you
answer
one
the
second. You
question?
don't have to overtalk me. You don't have to
Answer the
overtalk.
question. Answer the
You
question.
have
Answer the
contributed
question.
nothing.
Answer the question.
And that's why
Answer
you
the
start talking
question.
about Tucker
Answer the
Carlson,
question.
Joe Rogan.
Answer the
You're no
question.
Tucker Carlson.
I
You're no Joe
understand
Rogan.
that, but
You have to
according
take
to
off your clothes
metric,
because
according
you
to
are
your
such little
metric,
value.
according
You got to take off your clothes.
All right.
No
All
one
right, you just
believes you're
wanna deflect.
laughing.
You wanna
No one
deflect.
believes you're. No
Okay,
one
you
believes
wanna
you're
deflect.
laughing.
We can leave it there. We can let the audience.
No one
we
believes
can
you're
let the
laughing.
audience
That
talk-
nothing's
yeah,
funny.
all
We
right.
know you're fake
No,
laughing.
it's really
Just answer this, just real quick. What is a unique contribution that only you have made?
I will answer
No
that.
one else can say that they've done it. What is one thing that just you've done?
This is how you form. This is how you have a conversation.
Just one thing that you've done.
You asked me what I've done.
No
I
one
said,
else has done.
Advocated for my principles. If you can't, and then I say you're like that doesn't count because it's not tangible. So then I give you examples of other people who don't have tangible contributions, and you have ignored that question.
We're not talking about other people. That's called a red herring. You're trying to distract from the fact that you've done nothing. You've contributed nothing. Thank you. We're done here. Now on to you. Now on to you.
So she said, okay, all of
now
pundits,
on to
she
you.
said all pundits do something
now on to you,
to make
24
a
years.
further distinction.
Now on to you.
Her from Tucker Carlson and uses originality.
Now on
but
to
Tucker
you.
Carlson could also be replaced.
You're talking at the same time. You don't have to talk at the same time. You're done.
No,
so,
I'm asking you.
For you.
If Tucker Carlson is irreplaceable, why is that? Why do you put that
for
distinction
you,
there? No,
for
I'm
you,
follow up.
For you.
You talked all that.
Wait, did you understand the question?
Yes, we both. You seem to not understand the question.
Her for no reason.
1 second.
And you said because
we need one of you. Hold on 1 second. We need one of you to talk. We're gonna let you talk. Just stop. We're gonna let everyone talk.
Yeah.
But you guys can't talk at the same time.
We weren't.
We'll go back and forth. You're literally doing it right now. Stop. Now for you, did you understand my question? Tell me my question. So make sure you understand.
Your question made no sense because first you said, "What is something?"
Wait, did you if it made no sense? Do you need me to explain it to you?
No, I can try to explain it to you.
But it made no sense. So you're not even making sense yourself. You can't understand something that makes no sense.
No, I'm going to steel man your position because I don't think you're able to articulate
Stop
your own
it.
question.
You went to a second-rate college. You didn't do anything. You went into TikTok as a profession. Now you're showing your butthole.
I worked
you're
in
of modest you're of modest intelligence and you're of even less impressive attractiveness.
Thank you.
You're
so
aggrandizing yourself.
Your
you're
question
completely
made no
mad.
Sense. Your question.
You benefit from lonely
people. I thought only
people.
one person talks at a time.
Now,
yes, I benefit.
Do you
lonely
understand?
People.
Do you understand
we
the
can
question?
quantify our value now. We mitigate male loneliness at a large scale. Men would probably kill themselves if they didn't talk to us. Meanwhile, the men you scam are probably at a higher rate of depression. They come to us for rehabilitation.
Why do you keep fake laughing? Real quick, why do you keep fake laughing?
That's my genuine laugh.
Why do you keep fake laughing?
How are we both fake laughing? Like maybe
you're doing it again. You're uncomfortable. That's what that is.
I'm so comfortable.
You're uncomfortable. You're fake laughing. Your microphone was trembling a second ago.
Because we were laughing.
Your microphone was trembling and you're fake laughing.
Tremble too.
So anyways,
Saint, your question was, what is something of value you've done? So she said, I espouse my ideas.
That only you have done, that if you were not here, it would not have been done. We have seen no one else do what you've done.
Right, and you don't apply that metric when you're evaluating when you're appraising someone like Tucker Carlson or Ben Shapiro, because there are other conservative pundits. So what's the distinction?
Okay,
between
I just want to make
like
sure
that?
I understand. I want to make sure I understand.
Ever?
You think that you're as valuable as a Tucker Carlson?
No one has said that.
I'm asking. So then don't compare. Don't compare. You do not have to. You do not have to compare yourself to Tucker Carlson. Women who are basically online strippers, you have no right to compare yourself to a Tucker Carlson. He just went and interviewed the head of state of Russia, and you're in your kitchen butt ass naked. That's amazing. That's amazing. It's not about tangibility. It's about the uniqueness. Now, listen, I'll repeat it one more time. What's one thing that you've contributed to the world that if you weren't here, no one else would have done it?
Other people have been commentators on Fox News. So what is the unique thing that Tucker Carlson?
You don't have to talk about Tucker. He's not here.
You have to, because your question
talk about
makes
yourself.
No sense.
I want everyone to see you're running. You're running. You're talking about Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, all these other people. What have you done? What have you done? That is a unique contribution that if you were not here, we can't say anyone else has done.
I got 1 billion views on TikTok last year for a format I solely invented, which was like a specific type of satire and commentary. I made money doing a lot of type of other sponsorships. What?
It's not a tangible scam.
I'm so sorry. Say the name of your app again. That's so original.
What app is this? I really want to look this up because apparently no one on the internet
you're
can
so right.
find
I'm working on an app on my phone right now. I have so much value.
Anyway, I like this. I like where we're going.
We've mitigated male loneliness at a large scale.
I just want to
people have found
make sure
consolation in talking to us. Is that tangible?
I want
to mental health.
I want to make sure I'm understanding. So I'm going to repeat them back to you once you tell me. Okay. So your first contribution was, you said you got 1 billion views with a B.
A B.
That's pretty good. No, that is impressive. You got 1 billion views with a B. Are you the only person who's ever done that?
I invented my own vertical, which a lot of people copied. Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell me about that. I'm interested. Tell me.
I created this own like satire structure where I do like social commentary with like a skit and a character in it that a lot of people ended up copying, and it was pretty original on the site at the time.
Okay, I'm gonna repeat back to you what I understand of that. So
did I say it was groundbreaking? No.
Not like your app.
No, I'm just saying.
Not like your attendance app. That's groundbreaking.
If we're just basing off originality, I did something pretty original.
Real quick, let me just pause this real quick. You think that your accomplishments compare to mine?
No one knows your accomplishments. Everyone thinks you're a scammer on the internet. So I would love to actually see this app, this intellectual property that also is intangible. By that metric, I started a company that no one else started because it's my company. Just like you started an app that no one knows
what did your
about.
company do?
It's just my company. What has it done? You just like yours. At least yours is
very good.
Scamming.
So
what is an attendance
So
app?
give me an example.
Wait,
give me an example. I want to know. Give me an example.
I have a JD. I've never seen your.
Wait, where'd you go to
app.
school?
I don't disclose that online.
I see. Okay, thank you.
But
You're done here.
All
right, we'll come back to you. So the first thing is, so you said you did 1 billion views, which people get views. All right, great.
Wrote for a company for 4 years.
I want to just make sure I keep pace with it. And then the second thing you said that you created a format in terms of how to do videos that other people you say are copying.
Yeah, at the time.
Okay, and your format is to do satire and commentary?
It was like a very specific, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
It was like just a specific satirical style.
Okay. Do you think that constitutes intellectual property?
Well, you're adding more things to.
So that if you wanted to send that into the IP office, they could, verify that this is a unique offer.
I got a lot of accounts deleted because they would copy my scripts verbatim and they infringed on my IP, yes. And I got sponsorships for over 5 figures because they wanted to use my IP and my skits to promote their brand. So
you're a unique creative mind.
I've worked with the Biden administration to create skits in that format to promote presidential campaigns. Yeah.
Your usual MO is to call us dumb, and
you are. You are.
We both have.
You're smarter. You're smarter than the guys who subscribe to you, but you are dumb.
You're going to call a licensed attorney.
She's a licensed attorney. Yeah. I worked in lobbying. I worked as a staff writer. I worked
your
with the Biden
go-to is to tell, like you did on the whatever
so
podcast.
You believe that everyone who's a licensed attorney is intelligent?
No, but to say that, because your normal thing to do is, if you guys weren't selling your buttholes on the internet, you'd be nothing. We were both making six-figure incomes, which is more than anyone can say about you, honestly. We were both making six-figure incomes way before we started selling our buttholes.
Why do you have to lie? That's my issue with people like you.
It's just literally what
All right, let's do this. How much money do I make?
So is everyone
hold on 1 second.
About you, or just
how much money do I make?
Apparently nothing. I mean,
do you see how stupid? No, hold on. Let's get to reality. Do you know how stupid you sound? You said apparently nothing.
That's what I hear.
See, you're the liar, and everyone can see because you sound ridiculous.
No
you sound
one questions
ridiculous.
How much Ben Shapiro makes? People question how much you make.
Do you know why?
Because you're so great, and your attendance app is just so underground that no one can find it.
I'll tell you why. Because someone like you is easy to pick off. I can look at you and I can pick off your face easily. I can pick off your fake lips. I can pick off your fake body.
No, remember, I have DMs. I'll post them of him admitting that my body's real.
No, I didn't admit that your body's real. I said your breasts are real.
Yeah, but you said they were fake last time, and you could tell because you're such a good breast connoisseur. You're clearly wrong.
That's fine. But anyways, you're easy to pick off. So no one.
You were wrong.
Hold on, don't interrupt. You don't have to interrupt to conceal the truth.
Us, and this is like the.
You're easy to pick off, and because you're so easy to pick off, there's a million things to say about you that are clearly and apparently true.
That you were wrong on.
Now, in your case, we don't need to make up anything. But then when people look at me and they see my pedigree, there's nothing true that you can drag through the dirt. So when I ask you for evidence, okay, what's my income?
We don't have any evidence of your income being what it is. There's a reason you're the only person on the internet that they do this to. They're not doing this to anyone else.
Don't talk about they. You're here. Don't talk about Tucker Carlson. You're here. Be accountable. You're so smart. Don't talk about anyone else. You're here. How much money do I make?
When everyone looks you up, all we see is fake.
How much money do I make?
It's fake. You literally made a fake BB.
How much money? Listen, don't stay on topic. Stay on topic.
Why did you private
stay on topic? You see people like her, they got to run. You were talking about how much money I make. How much money do I make? Stop the fake laughing.
I haven't seen any evidence to the contrary.
Now,
any evidence to the contrary? If you want to show me,
so what's the evidence? What's the evidence that I make zero?
The evidence that you make
because you're a lawyer. Give the evidence.
Yes, the evidence. Okay, here's it. The evidence that you make zero is all the websites saying you make money are fake.
Okay.
The fact that you have been exposed for scamming your audience for $4,000. The fact that
wait, tell us about that. No, we want to hear about that. No, we want to hear all of it.
Let me finish.
Tell me about the $4,000 scam.
Told me. Then apparently you make fake BBC.
You're
YouTube
completely
videos
lying.
Where you pretend that
here's the thing. Let me tell you something about you real quick. Let me tell you something about people like you. You're over here mumbling. You sound like a fool. First off, you're fake laughing because you're uncomfortable. Your microphone was shaking a little bit ago because you're nervous. No, that's okay. It's okay. Then number three. Now you're big mad. Big mad. Number three. That's fine. Okay.
Switching hands.
I just listened to you.
Heavy microphone.
I hear you. I
I'm a
just
little
listened to
princess.
you.
I can't carry this for very
That's
long.
fine. I just listened to you. Now listen to this.
But apparently, when people shake, it's only one hand.
Then someone like
switch
you
hands and it's fine.
is making claims. And here's the funny thing. You're supposed to be a lawyer. You were supposedly trained in an industry where giving evidence is of paramount importance. You say I make $0. It just sounds silly.
No, okay, so here's
no,
the
don't
claim.
interrupt now. Now I'm
no.
responding. Don't interrupt.
Okay, then
you say I make
$0.
$0. Someone at 7-Eleven at least makes an hourly wage. So you don't even sound realistic. So we can never believe you because you have no integrity. Hold on, we're not done. Then you want to talk about a scam. I love when people bring this up because I always say, tell me about the scam. Like, I want to hear the details. And let me give you an example of how dumb you sound. Just 2 months, in fact, it was closer. It was like a month ago. I had my engineer on, Seth Kitchen, who's an aerospace engineer and at a Fortune 1 company. He came on and explained everything we've ever done in the tech industry.
Great.
And so how can someone like you come on and make up nonsense?
Nobody
so
can
right now,
find
explain. You mentioned a $4,000 scam. Explain.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. You
tell me the
claim
scam.
to be making this exorbitant amount of money, and this
no,
is not
verified. The $4,000 scam.
The burden of proof is on you when you say you're making
you
a bunch
just
of
said
money.
that.
No,
I never said
a bunch
that.
of money. Yes,
I
you
never,
do.
How much money did I say I make?
If you Google yourself, you make fake profiles
How much?
of yourself.
Now you're making up lies again.
No, you do.
You're lying.
Everybody
Tell me,
knows
you
it.
mentioned a $4,000 scam. Tell us.
Everybody, audience.
Tell us the $4,000 scam.
Please look up this man and look up.
Why do we see every time she has to call for Tucker Carlson, call for Joe Rogan, call for the audience?
Yes.
You're so intelligent. You're so intelligent. Tell me the $4,000 scam.
I agree. Let's do this.
You're going to tell me the $4,000 scam?
Let me pull you up.
Yes, tell me the $4,000 scam.
Audience, you are some genius. Okay,
audience, we are waiting to hear about a $4,000 scam.
Let's see what your net worth is, because
no, we are waiting to hear first about the $4,000 scam.
Yeah, we're seeing.
Tell us about the $4,000 scam. 30
million. Here's 8 million. These are all. None of these are real places.
Tell me about the $4,000 scam.
You scammed your audience for $4,000. It's all over the internet. Now, did I look into the details of that? No, but there's a reason.
Whoa, so you're making up things, love.
I'm listening to a bunch of other people.
Explain the $4,000 scam.
I'm explaining it to you that you are known on the internet. Now, I didn't do a deep dive on you personally, but you are known on the internet in a way no other content creator is.
Can you explain the scam? What is the scam, though?
There are plenty of people on the internet that people
What is the scam?
People don't accuse Fresh and Fit of scamming people.
What
people
is
don't
the
accuse
scam?
It's only you.
We hear you right now. You're not explaining because you sound. No, you're not explaining.
That is known for being broke.
You're not explaining because you have no evidence. You have no evidence.
On the internet.
And we feel sorry for you.
Known for being broke on the
no,
internet.
I want to take out this time. Explain the scam. Just explain it.
You didn't explain anything we
wanted
to explain.
No, explain the scam.
No, you didn't explain anything we wanted to explain.
Oh, you refuse to explain it. No, I'm a scammer. I want to know. Explain it.
You are.
Explain it.
You are.
I could do this to anyone who says it. You know why? Because you're making up things. Now, let me show you how this works. Let me show you how this works. Let me show you how this works. No. Explain the scam. No. Explain the scam. You have
not answered a single one of our questions. So until you want to answer ours,
now she's saying I'm not answering questions, so she doesn't have to explain it.
We're not going to be playing this game.
You have lied, and instead of admitting Marquett, I was mad at you. I didn't have anything legit to say.
Anything else?
I didn't have anything legit to say.
Anything else?
All I can do is make up lies. Just say you were mad and you made up a lie.
Anything else?
Just say you're mad. You made up a lie.
Answer our questions.
Just say you're mad. You made up a lie.
Answer our questions.
We already asked you. You mentioned a $4,000 scam. Explain it.
I already asked you.
Why won't you explain it?
Why won't you answer our questions?
You never finished your point. You said
no.
No.
What's the $4,000 scam?
What is all the questions
Explain
we
ask?
Answer.
Explain the scam.
Show me your intellectual property. Show me your intellectual property. Show me your intellectual property. Show me your intellectual property.
You're trying to distract because you have no answer. You didn't start asking about that until I asked you. That's sad. You didn't ask about that until I asked about the scam.
Show it to me.
I asked about the scam.
Intellectual property. Can you give me the name?
You're a liar.
Can I see it?
You're an actual liar.
You're a liar.
You should be ashamed of yourself because you're making fun of things.
You should be ashamed
you're
of
making
yourself.
up things because you have no integrity.
You're a liar.
You realize that you've never done anything, and when you're sitting next to someone who has, you have to make up things.
Intellectual property. What is it? What's the name of this intellectual?
That's so sad.
You're making up intellectual property that you don't have. That's really sad.
That's so sad.
Really sad.
You can Google my name and find many things, but tell me what the $4,000 scam is. I need to go to jail. I want to go to jail. What is the scam?
I want to use your attendance app.
What is the scam?
I want to know how to use this attendance app that nobody else has created.
Calm down.
What is it called?
Calm down. Just tell us what the scam is real quick.
Tell me what your app is called.
Because I want everyone to be free.
Tell me what your app is called. I'll answer after you. Go for it.
Tell me what the scam is.
Tell me what your app is called.
I already
Tell me what your IP
listen.
is
Here's the
called.
problem.
Tell me what you've patented.
You are so scared
me
right
what
now
you
because you're
patented.
busted. You're
No,
busted.
tell
You're
me what
scared because
tell
you're
me what your
busted.
patent- Well,
You're busted.
You're busted.
We can go through my whole career. I'd be
Somebody-
happy to.
No, you're
Just
not.
first tell us
No,
what the scam
first,
is.
No, you
First
don't
tell us
run
what the
show,
scam is.
baby. I run the show. So
Think
tell
about
me.
it. If
Tell
someone
me.
was
Tell me.
if someone was a scammer, they wouldn't want to go into
If
details. Let's go
someone
into the
wasn't a scammer,
details.
If someone
Let's go
actually
into the
made an app
details.
and they made IP,
Let's
they'd
go into the
probably
details.
Not be afraid to
You're a
divulge
lying
what it is.
whore. You're a
Tell me.
lying whore, and that's the problem. People like you have no integrity. That's why we can't trust
What is
you.
your IP?
That's why we
What
can't
is your
trust someone
IP?
like you.
What is your IP?
Just
What is
tell
your IP?
us.
You just said you're not ashamed of what you
Just
do. That
tell
your
us.
parents love what you do. What is your IP?
Tell us.
What? Tell us.
Tell us what the
us.
scam is.
Tell us.
Tell us what the
Tell us.
scam
Tell
is.
us what your IP is.
You are
Tell us
such
what
a
your
sick
IP
person. You're
Tell
such a
us-
sick
oh,
person.
I'm so sorry.
I swear I want to get like a face towel and just wipe all that paint off of your face so we can see you for who
This
you
is
really
real.
are. I really do. I really do. Because someone like you exist on so much falsehood.
What is your IP?
You exist on
What
so
is your
much
IP?
falsehood.
What is your intellectual property?
All you have to do is
What is
Google
your
my name.
intellectual
Everything
property?
is there.
What
But
is your
let's tell
intellectual property?
what's not
Okay,
there
I'm
is the
gonna look for
scam.
it. I'm gonna look for it.
Tell
What
us
is your
the scam.
intellectual property?
Real quick,
No,
just tell us the
me-
scam before
I
we
will
go on.
not know because you said
Before we go on,
that
just
you're
tell us the scam.
successful and you said
Just
so
tell us the
this
scam.
Is, no, tell us what your
You
IP
just
is.
said I'm a
Tell us what your
scammer. Tell
IP
us the
is.
scam.
Tell us what this app is.
Why are you scared?
Why are you scared?
Why are you
Why are you
scared?
scared? Why are you scared? Tell us your
Damn.
app. I'll tell everyone.
You're
my
all
OnlyFans.
falsehood. You're all falsehood.
What is your IP?
You're using.
What
You're
have you
trying to use
created?
debate
What
tactics.
have you created that I can look up?
You're literally
What
saying
is
exactly
your-
what I said to you.
What is
That's
your-
good. You're
what
saying
is
exactly what I
your-
said to you.
What is your IP?
That's very good.
What has this
That's
man
very
created?
good. I like
Guys,
that.
Everybody on the internet, let's try to figure
Stop
out what
it.
the fuck his IP is.
Just tell us what the scam
What
is.
is your IP?
You're a pathetic
What
human
intellectual
being.
property have
You've
you
done
created?
nothing.
What
You're still
intellectual
mad. You're
property-
still mad
what
because we
intellectual- okay,
exposed
how
you
about this? How about
when
this? How
I
about this?
said,
How about
"What
this?
have
How
you
about this?
done
How
that
about
no
this?
one
How
else
about
has
this? How about
done?"
this? How about
You
this?
couldn't
How about
name
this? How about
anything.
this?
You're
How
still
about
mad
this?
about
How about
that.
this? How about this?
You're still
How about
mad
this? If
because
I
you
say-
realize
if I say I
that
don't
you're
know-
worthless on earth.
Okay, if I say
You
I don't
realize
know,
you're
if I say
worthless.
I don't know anything about the scam. Will you
You
tell me your
realize you're
IP?
worthless.
All right, I made up the scam. What's your IP?
You realize you're
I lied
worthless.
About the scam. What's your IP?
You are a liar. You are
I
a
made
liar.
up the scam.
No, you
I
didn't
lied.
make it
I
up. But
lied.
why
I
did
lied.
you
No,
say
I lied.
that?
I completely lied.
Why'd
What's
you
your
say
IP?
the lie?
I lied. I'm a whore.
Yeah.
What is your IP?
Why did you say the lie?
Because I'm a worthless whore. What's your IP?
Why did you say the lie?
Why? I'm a worthless whore. What is your IP?
Yes. I already explained it. Do you
I'm possessed by
remember?
the devil. No, what's your IP?
Do you remember?
What's your IP?
Would you understand?
I love to yeah,
Yeah.
because I want to know.
Okay.
What's your IP?
So I'll
right.
summarize this real quick for
Okay,
you.
and I want to look this up.
I'll summarize this real quick for you.
Okay.
It's a $4,000 scam. What is it?
No.
Explain it. Explain it.
I lied.
It's a $4,000
I'm a
scam.
dirty
What is
liar.
it? Explain
I'm
it.
a dirty liar. What
Okay,
have you
all right.
created? What is
We're
your
carrying
IP? What is your IP? No,
We're gonna
already-
carry
I
on
admitted
because
I'm a liar, I'm a
you
lying whore.
you got
I
exposed,
completely made
and
up
you
this
big
$4,000
mad.
scam.
You
He's
big
a
mad.
wealthy entrepreneur. You're
One
such
second.
a wealthy
One second, love.
entrepreneur. What is your
Keandre
IP?
writes message in the chat.
What is your IP?
Keandre, can you actually send that message via the email address that's at the bottom? Because we
What's
actually
your
can't
IP?
dig through the chat right now.
What's your IP?
Shout to Nick. He writes, peace to the saints for doing the good work out here. Save yourself.
What's the
bruh.
good work? What's his IP?
Shout to Keandre. He writes, Google is bugging. I'm in Austin, Texas for any saints. Okay. May I acknowledge those who came in via
Are we never
PayPal?
going to know? Can we get
Shout
a
to
name?
Adonis. He writes, peace to the saints, Marquett. I sent the payment for a consultation to you earlier today via Cash App. I want to book it for 3P. Okay. All right. I will follow up on this one with you. If you could resend that, because you can imagine my inbox is flooded right now. Thank you for that. Magnodge Vilkin, he writes, damn, here we go, Saint. The red herring is crazy already. Indeed. Jasmine
your
is
IP?
already triggered and asking
What is the
what
IP? What is the IP?
Jasmine,
we
you
agreed.
just have to hold on for a second, love.
You're
We're
not
going through
while
the
you're trying to
formal
make
things real
up
quick.
something.
We're going through the formal things. Just hold on. Vilkin writes, damn, here we go, Saint. The red herring is crazy already. Jasmine is already triggered, clearly, and asking what's an
definitely
NFT
triggered.
and calling the Saint a scammer with no evidence. I'd like to see it
We have
myself.
no evidence of
Please
his IP
come
either.
back with the proof when
I
Saint
would love
does
the
a live
proof of your
himself.
IP.
You know what actually is a funny thing? I actually
Where's
did a
your
live
IP?
session and I invited
Where's your
everyone
IP?
to come on and
Where's your
explain the
IP?
scam.
Where's
And
your IP?
no one showed
What's
up.
your IP?
It's a shame.
What's your
Rodney
IP?
Jones comes in with a baller alert. He writes, this is the issue. Individuals make unfounded statements without any supporting
like that I have
evidence.
an IP that I don't have.
Jasmine, come on, love. Like, you can go back and forth. Just let me read this.
I
real
would
quick.
love to. Once you answer, I'll shut
I hear
the
you.
fuck up.
I understand that you're
Once you
angry,
answer,
but if
I'll
you
shut the
just
fuck
calm down,
up.
we're just going through the housekeeping.
I'm
Thank
sure
you.
everyone on the internet
Jasmine,
has really
calm-
want to know. I'm
we
doing
have to
this,
run a show.
I'm
You
doing
just
this on
calm down a
behalf
bit.
of
Just
everybody.
calm down
What
a
is
bit,
your
Jasmine.
IP?
Jasmine, really,
Okay.
be more tasteful. Come
Okay.
on.
Which
All
I'd
right.
love to. What's
This
your
is
IP?
the issue. Individuals make unfounded statements without any supporting evidence.
Like
She
your
belie-
IP. Sorry.
Until you're just looking mature right now. We understand. We can go
I
back
look
for the
immature?
entertainment
Okay.
piece.
Sure.
You're here to promote, right? We'll make sure
I've
that
already done
you're
that.
able to promote.
We got our
We have some
clips in.
housekeeping items, so we'll go through the
Will
housekeeping
you
items.
answer after?
I don't
If you
actually
promise
hate
me,
you,
if
Jasmine,
you
but we have to
promise
carry
me,
on with the
will
show
you
as
answer?
mature
Will
business
you answer
people.
after?
You see, like
Will you
I
answer
know you
after?
obviously
Will
lack
you
experience in
answer
the business
after?
world,
Will you
but you
tell
have
us
to
your
realize
IP?
that there's a certain decorum that you
Okay,
have to
guys.
have.
All
So you
right.
have to calm
Let's
down.
see if by the end
Jasmine,
of this
really,
he tells
calm
us
down,
what his
calm
IP
down.
is.
Just calm down. We
All right,
can
yeah.
get back to babbling. Let's just take care of the
I'm
housekeeping.
not calm. I really want to know why
Just
you're lying
relax,
about an IP.
relax. You're clearly out of control because people who watch YouTube, they all realize that. You got to
Yeah,
take care of
definitely. I'm the one that
housekeeping.
looks dumb
Yeah,
on
just
YouTube, not
calm.
you.
Right. Just
Okay,
calm
cool,
down, calm
cool.
down. Thank you. All right. She believes that babbling and elevating her tone will conceal the fact that her claim lacks evidence. Oh yeah, that was a bowler alert, by the way.
We have Major Mind and Soul. How is it that all these YouTubers know about some scam you pulled, yet they can never explain it? The
Because
math
he doesn't
ain't
tell us what he's actually
mathing.
done.
Right.
That's why.
Darius Cambliss, Marquett. Shout out to first the haters claim it was,
Me
or
too,
shout out to
bro.
Paul T. First the haters claimed it was a $400 scam. Now
Yeah, it
it's
was
$4,000.
$400, then it was $2,000, then it was $4,000. This shit is crazy.
We don't know what your IP is, though.
It
We don't
keeps
know what
changing.
you've contributed. Can we ask the
Real
same
quick, though,
question to
are you
you?
caught
What
up?
have you
What's
contributed
the
to the
next
world?
claim? 4 million.
I know that is crazy.
Yeah,
I know that is
yeah.
crazy.
It's
Shit,
all
this
like
shit is
crazy enough that
is
you
crazy.
created an IP
You
that
caught
no,
up?
you can't name.
King Tune, Linda, listen, you got to take it down a notch slowly, shorty.
Yeah, she's getting wild.
Things are going quickly. Yeah.
All caught up?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, we're gonna move on because
No, you won't tell us the IP,
you're
though?
pretty angry.
You won't tell us?
Anyways, we got a number of questions here.
All right, cool.
So
We can't wait to cut that one.
okay, very good. First one is, are you okay with your daughters, if you had them, and or granddaughters? They really went down to the granddaughters with it. That's crazy. And or granddaughters doing the very same things that you are doing. This is a multi-tier question from the fans. So what do you got?
Yes.
Do you mind if we start with her just because she hasn't talked as much, and then we'll come to you?
Yeah.
I am okay with it. I think our society is progressing in a direction where sex work is getting destigmatized. I would only not be okay with it, not because I'm morally against it, but only if it would hinder their job prospects and they couldn't like retire off it. But I think if they could retire off it or the job market at that point wouldn't care too much, then I would be supportive.
Okay. So I'm just going to repeat what I understand of your answer, which is to say if they can make enough money that they can retire from the sex work, meaning be stable after that, you're down.
Yeah, or if they can't retire, but the job market, they wouldn't be affected in the job market going forward, then that'd be fine too.
Meaning
that's
that
where
if
the
they
culture ends
became
up.
a public school teacher, they wouldn't get fired for having an OnlyFans.
I don't know if that specific job will ever
Yeah,
be
but
compatible
I'm
with
saying as
working
an
in sex work. But in
Oh, fair
general,
enough.
for instance, like if they wanted to work at a law firm afterwards and the culture was that law firms won't discriminate against you on the basis of being a sex worker, then I
Okay.
don't see any issue with it. Yeah.
Do you see an issue with becoming a public school teacher after being a sex worker?
I think if you stop doing the sex work while you're being a teacher, then I think it's fine.
Oh, but you can't do it at the same time.
I don't know, actually. I'd have to think about that more.
So you're torn on that one. Well, why are you torn?
I'm torn. I guess I haven't given that one enough thought.
Right. And why do you like, obviously there's something in your gut that makes you feel like, I need to think about this, as opposed to like, oh no, this is a good thing.
Not necessarily not a good thing. It's more so what would the implications be on the child if there was a culture in which students were just pulling up like the teachers in the middle of class and that created like, a very sexed learning environment, then that would obviously hinder the child's learning. But if there were sanctions on that moving forward where the students' learning would not be hindered by the teacher also being a sex worker, then I think it could potentially be fine.
So you're saying sanctions on what the students can do, or you're just saying a
In the
different
sense
culture?
where like if they had like enough safety precautions that there wasn't going to be like in the classroom, or students were going to be going home and like sending it to each other and then they're like now getting exposed to. Does that make sense?
No, elaborate for me.
I'm saying like in the future moving forward, it becomes more normal for now people in lots of professions, like lots of nurses have OnlyFans on the side, lots of teachers have OnlyFans on the side. I think that will become more increasingly normal. And I think as it becomes more normal, there'll be sanctions on what's allowed in the classroom, whether like certain sites are banned. I mean, that's probably already the case in most schools. Like I would think OnlyFans is banned this
Yeah,
band.
but people have their own personal device, and on your personal device, you can pull up whatever you like, right? So you might be talking about like the Wi-Fi,
Yeah,
for
like
example,
school
right?
Wi-Fi.
But if you were the teacher and I'm in class and I'm like, so you're teaching, what ethnicity are you?
I'm Indian and Saudi.
Indian and Saudi
Mhm.
by blood. So you have one parent that's Indian by blood and one parent that's in
Yeah.
Arab. Okay, very cool. So, anyways, I'm in the back of your chemistry class with the homie, like, bruh. Oh my God, look, she's a throat goat. Fast forward. Oh my God, slow it down. I don't want to get
Yeah, there'd have
injured.
to be a way to sanctions that, but the thing is, even if the
How
teacher
does that happen?
I'm not completely sure, but I don't think even preventing this teacher from being a sex worker will stop that because
It
now
won't, right?
deepfake
Yeah.
is proliferating, so people are creating deepfakes of their
That,
classmates
that's
regardless.
that's a
So
different
even,
thing.
like, preventing the teacher from being a sex worker won't hamper that environment. You just have to change the culture and create sanctions on it.
So the sanctions, that's the part that's scary. And often leftists, they talk about these kinds of things. When you say sanctions, it really translates to control. You're trying to control what people can do.
Yeah,
So how
as
do
in,
you
like,
practically do that? So
you
if I'm in,
limit certain sites on school Wi-Fi,
have you ever been to a country where they limit certain sites?
no, but
Never
if
once.
you're trying to say it's oppressive or
I
totalitarian
didn't
for,
say
like,
that.
a
I'm
public
asking,
school
you've
to
never been to a country where they limit certain websites
I mean, I'm in America and they limit OnlyFans when I was in my lobbying firm in the government buildings. I'd be at the Capitol and I couldn't go on
on
it.
the Wi-Fi. So that's
Yes.
the employer's Wi-Fi that they own as a private employer or as
Yeah,
government,
doesn't that
right?
fall under the
Yes, but
category
that
of limiting it
no,
under Wi-Fi?
no, because what I'm speaking of is, so for example, you have a parent that's Saudi, you've never been to Saudi, I
Mhm.
trust. You have not?
I have not.
Okay. Somewhere to check out. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so in Saudi, if you were to type in com, nothing.
Mhm.
Any website, nothing. On your personal device, you'd have to get a VPN, which is a bit of a dangerous affair. I wouldn't want to be caught with one in Saudi. And there are various other places that have that. Those nation states that limit what people can do, also known as limiting their freedoms, those are generally viewed as oppressive regimes. Would you agree?
Yeah, that's not what I'm advocating for. I'm more so
Okay.
talking about like within the school system, school Wi-Fi would limit certain websites you can
Okay.
go on, as well as create punishments if students were to like proliferate like deep fake of their teachers
So
or
let's
laugh
say
at real
we'll stay
porn of
away
their
from deep fake
teachers.
because I agree with you that deep fakes in general are problematic. And so
Mhm.
sticking on the simple thing as if you had a teacher who is formally or
Currently.
currently in OnlyFans.
I think that's fine so long as they're not mentioning their content, yeah, within school grounds or to their students.
So if you when you say mentioning it, so say you're my teacher and then I go to lunch and I'm hanging out with my buddy here and I say, bruh, Mrs. You said Khalidi?
Mhm.
Is that your actual government name or is that like your stage name?
No, that's my name.
Your true legal government name is Farha Khalidi.
Yeah.
Wow, you're a brave one. Shout out to you. I like the realness. Anyway, so I'm at lunch with the homie, and I'm like, bruh, she didn't just release some new content last night, bruh. Look at that. I didn't know she was that flexible. She must have a background in gymnastics. And the monk is fat. Oh my God, take a look. But we're at lunch, we're on our own time, our own social time. So we
Mhm.
look at that. And then we come back to whatever your class is, and then we carry on, but we don't bring it out during the course. We're theoretically trying to focus.
Yeah. I think that kind of culture should be stomped down by like school administration. Likewise, same way guys will pass around nudes of their girlfriends to their friends. I think
That's
that should
mad
also be
weird.
stomped down.
That's strange. So you're saying it stomped down culture.
Yeah, or
So
in
like
school grounds, I think
differentiate
that
for me, and I know you were in
behavior
lobbying, so differentiate for me. So there's culture which cannot be controlled by law or policy. It might be influenced, but it cannot be controlled. Then there's law and policy where you can control things. Like, for example, you could say we want to frown on people bleaching their hair blue. We frown on it. So if someone does it, we might
yeah,
insult
I'm
them,
not
but
simply
then
saying
you can
frown upon. I'm
legislate.
saying within school grounds, if students are showing like nudes of their girlfriends to their friends or passing around nudes or showing their teachers OnlyFans on school
Uh-huh.
grounds, I think that should not just be frowned upon, but there should probably be some sort of repercussion for
Because
that.
it's or because it's their teacher.
I think because it's likewise, again, it could be their peer, and I think that should be
Okay, so let's just say but it's not their teacher and it's not a girlfriend or anything
yeah, I
like
think
that.
you shouldn't be showing in general at school grounds, even if it's like Lana Rhodes that you're pulling up at
Okay,
lunch. I think most people would
at
agree with
lunch.
that. Yeah.
And why is that is bad?
No, I don't think it's bad necessarily, but I think it's about creating certain environments. Same way I think at work, I would be totally inappropriate
Mhm.
for a coworker to show me.
Okay, so if you're not at work, if you're at school on your social time with your friends, and you and your friends both are consenting and completely fine with it and happy with it, is it okay to
No,
together look
same way
at
it's still wrong,
pornography?
even though sex in itself isn't bad. You're not supposed to be having sex on school grounds, even if two parties consent. Like students should not be having sex on campus.
Mhm.
Can I cut in?
With
Yeah.
in a sec, yeah, absolutely. On this topic,
I went on
okay, real
fletchapp.com. It
quick.
just told me how to cancel Hulu on Roku. I'm really trying to
Okay,
find your app. I
fair
can't
enough.
find it.
Okay, so with regards to this one, sex on campus, we see that there's like clearly reasons that it's not a
Yeah, but
proper
I
thing
guess my
because
point is you were saying because I don't want it on school grounds, that means I'm deeming it immoral or something that's not good. And I'm saying that's not
yeah,
the
I
case.
am trying to explore that, like
Yeah.
saying like what's wrong. Because like for example, objectively, we can say if people were having sex at school,
Yeah, so I guess I was
then
just
I could
more
say
pushing
that
back to you saying because I advocate against pornography being consumed on campus, that means I think pornography is wrong. And I'm saying that's
yeah,
not true
sure,
because
yeah.
sex isn't objectively wrong, but it shouldn't be happening on school
Yes,
campuses.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Sex is not objectively wrong, but it's not hygienic to occur on school grounds.
I think it's more than just the hygiene that people have an opposition to high schoolers having sex in the
Sure,
bathrooms.
sure.
Yeah.
But staying on the topic of actual being consumed on site, what exactly is the reason that we cannot have consumed on the school site if it's just not bad? Because it is actually it's just content. So unlike sex, when you say like, well, what is a true parallel to the sex act? It's hard to think of a proper analog, right, or a parallel. But when you consider just watching sex on your phone, it actually is the exact same human visual and physical experience of me just like saying, hey, look at this football clip, the same as we could be looking at your and take no additional action. Just we watch the football, we don't do anything. We sit here, hold the phone. We watch our we sit here and hold the phone. So what is bad then about watching your on the school campus?
I don't agree with the premise that just because it's being consumed on a phone that it's parallel to watching sports on your phone. Like I don't
It's being
understand that
consumed in the
argument.
exact same way. So what is the bad outcome, the specific bad action that makes it non-permissible at school if itself is not inherently bad?
I think it's just about creating a school culture in which people don't feel uncomfortable or sexually uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable, but the two persons consuming it were very comfortable. So I identified the scenario. Okay, so this one boy, two boy, they're both consenting,
It's not
enjoying
about
the
whether they're
view.
comfortable. Same way of like a boy and girl. We're like, hey, let's go into the
In
backyard, and I'm
in
gonna
this
lift up my
scenario that I
shirt and show
described, what's the
you.
problem with this scenario? Where's the problem?
The problem is that typically on in a school culture, we don't want it to be overly sexualized, regardless if the parties consent to it or are comfortable with it.
So we're talking
Same way
about
again, if two
what's
students
wrong
want to
with the
go fuck in the
pornography.
backyard on their campus, that's typically frowned upon.
I'm feeling challenged because you've not established what is actually wrong
I have. I said it's
with
about
watching.
it's about
You keep looking
separating a
at her
sexual
like for
culture.
comfort, but
There's no comfort.
Yeah,
but
no,
real
I'm just
quick,
trying to find your
can
IP.
you
I can't
can
find
you
it.
establish?
Yeah, I have 10 times I can say it again.
Okay.
It's the fact that you don't want an oversexed school culture for minors, whether it's through
So
or whether it's through
if
people
two
like flashing
individual,
each other on the
you
courtyard.
keep going on to other things, and the
No, I'm
challenge
saying it.
the challenge that I'm
The
having in the
through line
debate
is the
is that
the over sexualization.
the challenge I'm having with the debate is every time we get you on one place, you move the goalpost. So
I
if
didn't
we're
move the
talking
goalposts.
about
You asked what was the problem with
if,
and I
if
said
we're
the
talking
problem on campus is the exact same problem with two students having sex on campus or even a
and I
girl
already
flashing her
explained how
breasts to a guy on
it's
campus.
actually watching on your phone between two boys is more similar to watching any content on your phone than it is to a physical act of sex, which has huge implications such as procreation, STD exchange. Those are huge implications. Whereas
No,
watching
I
a
would say
piece,
even
one
if
second, love, watching a piece of content on your phone with you and your buddy, it does not create a culture. Two individuals do not constitute a culture. So all I'm asking you is what is the specific reason, not related to other things, but specifically related to the consumption of your OnlyFans by two boys during their free time during lunch? What is the specific wrong in that?
my answer is congruent. I said that you shouldn't combine over sexualization with a school culture of minors. I don't know why you brought up STDs and hygiene, even if all the
I'm
students were
speaking
tested and it
specifically, you're
was
speaking
lesbians or
generally.
that they're not getting like procreating. I still don't think high school
You're
lesbians should be
still
having
running
sex on
away from
campus.
the actual topic. It's
No,
the
the
inability
question
to
was, what is
focus.
the issue?
So I'm
No,
asking
I answered
specifically
it
what's wrong
very
with that
specifically.
what's wrong with them consuming that content?
It's the fact that you don't want a school culture of minors to be over.
Do two persons constitute a culture?
Yes.
I just want to make sure we're
If you
understanding.
morally
You
permit
said
it,
two individuals engaging in a behavior constitutes a culture.
if you're asking me to morally permit it, yes, because then you're saying I should also then condone it at large scale, which means another two students at another
I'll give you an
table could do
example.
it,
I
or
went to a
another two
large
students.
high school in Los Angeles, mostly black and Mexican, and there were a couple kids who were emo and punk rockers. And if you say what was the culture of the school, you'd have to say that the culture of the school is overwhelmingly urban hip hop. even though there's two emo punk rockers, they don't constitute a culture because they're a very much so a minority, and their actions and their preferences are in the minority, and they're not influencing anyone at
Okay,
significant
let's
scale.
remove. It seems like you're stuck on this word culture.
Well, I'm just stuck on the fact that you lied.
I lied.
Yes, you said two individuals constitute a
You're the
culture.
one that's
That's
If I
an
morally
exaggeration.
permit it, then I'm condoning it at scale for any two individuals at that school to partake in it, which then, yes, has to do with culture of the school. Because if I permit it for those two students at the table, then when
And
I permit it for another two students
so
and
you
possibly
take
10
away
students
you
and
take
12
away the
students,
freedoms of an individual because of you
are
don't
those
want the
is
teacher
that
to be
hindering their freedoms to say you can't watch at school?
their freedom is to do what they wish
I
on their
don't think
personal device during their free time.
it's not free time. You're within school hours. I don't think people should be
No, during the
engaging.
lunch
Okay,
hour, it is free time. In fact, there are many schools, probably maybe some of the
I'll
ones you
give you. I'll
attended,
give
they
you
even
the.
allow the kids to
I'll
go
give you
off
the moral
campus.
axiom for it. I don't think people should be
Morals?
minors.
You're about to tell us some morality. This
I
is
don't
good.
think people should be engaging with sexual acts on
Sexual
school
acts is not an
campus.
act. They're watching a
I consider
phone.
consuming engaging
An
with.
act?
I do.
So if I'm watching football on my phone, that's an act? That's very passive.
Yes.
It's almost the opposite of an act. You're doing nothing. You're sitting.
That's semantics. I think most people would agree that watching is a sexual act. It stimulates your
Awesome.
mind in a sexual way.
Okay, and
Act doesn't mean you're physically moving your body.
I'm still just trying to
It
figure out what
stimulates
the bad is in this. And I'm on your side as an OnlyFans creator, but it seems as though you feel like inherently there's something bad such that
Well,
we
what
have
would
to
be the
remove
bad
this.
in like a student jerking off in the library staring at
Oh,
another girl? Is
gosh.
that a
Here we
culture if
go.
it's one student? I think you'd also be
Okay.
opposed to it.
Shout to Zachary comes in via PayPal. He writes, tuition, peace to the saints, finally caught alive. Destigmatizing sex work is the reason the West is in decay. These guests are prime examples. Also, 99.95% of men do not pass nudes of their girlfriends around. I know they pick the strangest, most bizarre examples.
99%
That's
of teachers
absolutely
don't do
absurd.
OnlyFans. Like,
And
what
you
is-
clearly don't understand men. They do understand jack off artists, though. I can tell you that. They get those
Did I
guys.
ever claim it was a
I don't
majority
get
of
what
men?
you're
Mod
is.
Inc. writes, peace to the saints. Girl thinks speaking in quantity is equivalent to speaking with quality. You ain't
Which
never
one?
lied.
Probably both of us.
You ain't
But
never
okay,
lied.
I just really there's Fletch and Hobby Buddy. I can't find any evidence of
You
either
ain't
one.
never lied.
So I
Is
would
that-
love to know what your apps are,
You
but we can
ain't
move on. I just
never
want to make
lied.
it clear for the audience. There's no.
Did you
evidence.
find that $4,000 scam?
No, but I
Okay,
can't find
keep
your
looking,
apps.
keep
I can't
looking,
find your
keep looking,
apps.
keep looking.
You lied.
Keep
Why'd you
looking.
lie?
Anyways, carrying on.
All
So
right, we'll leave it there. We can move on, but you are a
yeah,
liar.
when you find that $4,000
have
scam you mentioned,
any
let us know.
company
All right,
you've
that's
ever
good.
created.
Please
You
stop.
have not created an app.
You
That's
try
it.
too hard. You try too hard. Anyways,
You tried too little to make an app if you didn't.
how much money is enough to stop doing OnlyFans? And I'll actually I had asked you a question and I didn't come back to you. I do want to ask you the same question.
Expose you, but okay.
What
we
was
can move on.
what was the question I had asked you initially? Because I did want to
About
ask you.
the daughter. doing
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Yeah. How would you feel if your daughter did that? Because I do want to hear you.
The thing I want for my child, my potential future hypothetical child,
Do you plan on
is for
having
them.
kids?
No, not right now. If
But
I
in
did-
general, you
oh,
do.
do I? Maybe when I'm 36.
Okay. All right. Go on.
And I'm so it's like 7 years from now. But I would want my child to be happy, healthy,
Mm.
and financially well. As if she can do OnlyFans with the mindset I'm doing it with, I would 100% be fine with it. If she's fine being a teacher, I'd be fine with her being a teacher.
So you wouldn't prohibit it at any level?
No, I would. I
Okay.
just want my kid to be happy and healthy.
I figured as much would be the answer for both of you two. These are questions that the fans sent in. I figured you don't have any major qualms about it, which is why you do it and promote it. I mean, there's some people who do it in quiet, right? So I
Yeah.
figured as much. Okay. How much is enough money? And we'll start with you on this one. How much is enough money for you to stop doing it?
Even if I could retire at this moment, I would probably still do it because I like it.
So you're passionate about the work.
I like to do some kind of work and I like going live and like talking to people. I like my fan base. I like taking hot pictures. So yeah, as long as people want to see them, I do it.
Okay. So if you had $1 billion, you would continue doing the exact same type of
I think about
content?
that sometimes. Like I think about if I made $1 billion right now, would I shut down my page? No, because I've had connections with my fans and I like them.
Sure. But you'd continue doing the same kind of content, or would there be changes to the nature of the
I
content?
probably like wouldn't, because right now it's like, okay, I need to like, if I want to take 2 months off, that could like, but if I had unlimited money, then maybe I would take more breaks or like do things like I'm not.
So the
trying to-
content, the nature of the content would not change at all.
No, I like doing. Go check it out.
Okay. I'm just gonna say this one more time just to make sure. the nature of the content itself. Maybe you might take breaks, but you'd continue all the videos you have now that you're doing, you'd still do those exact same kind.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
I mean, obviously, if you offered me like $100 million to do, I'd probably pick the 100 mil.
Oh, over.
It's
Yeah.
not over. It's not over.
Oh, then
It's
I
the
would
exact
continue
same.
to do it. Similar to her, like I grew up in like a Muslim household, and I had a weird relationship with like clothing and sexuality and stuff. And I feel like this has helped me, you know what I
Mm.
mean, express myself and figure
So
out what
your
I feel
answer is the
comfortable
exact same
with.
as hers, your position,
That I would continue to do it. Yeah,
the exact same type of content.
that I'm
And I don't
currently
even know what you
doing.
do. Do you do penetrative content on your OF?
You just gotta subscribe and find out.
Okay, I hear you. Okay.
I do.
There you go. There's the plug. There's the plug. You have to subscribe and find out. And you said you grew up in a Muslim household. I assume Sunni Muslims.
I honestly don't even know. I didn't
Okay, you
ask
did not
much.
grow up in a Sunni, or you did not grow up in a Muslim household. You may have grown up in a culture, an Islamic culture, an Arab culture,
No,
but
I grew up in a Muslim household. I went to.
so you grew up in a Muslim household, but you don't know if you grew up in a Sunni Muslim household.
Yeah, I don't know.
That is a very basic thing in Islam. It's like it's extraordinarily basic. It's like if I asked a boxer, do you throw a jab? And they're like, what's a jab? It's that basic. It's fundamental. So it's impossible
It's
what
just
you're
not
saying.
something I was so embroiled in the culture. It's not something we really talked about. So
Yes,
when I
but
got
Muslim.
older, people would ask me that, and I was like, I don't know. I could probably ask my parents or my friend, but like I was never that personally connected. But I went to masjid about like 2 to 3 times a week, so I was
Yeah,
definitely
I
brought up in a
just
don't think you're
Muslim
correct
no
on
household.
this.
no.
A lot of
It's really quite hard to not know that term and to not know.
She knew the
No, I
term.
think it's pretty common. Like with Christians, I
If
think
I
they.
might speak uninterrupted, I'd appreciate it. But it's very strange to not know that very fundamental term. Even most non-believers who are college educated as you are familiar with this term. And furthermore, the Muslims, those who are actually practicing, they pray 5 times a
Oh
day.
yeah, I was never.
Extraordinary
Yeah.
levels of dedication. So to not know just the word, it would indicate that you did not grow up in a proper
you not know
Muslim
the
No, I
word?
did.
household.
I know the word.
Yeah.
I'm saying like I personally never believed in Islam. I never
Clear,
cared about the
clearly,
religion.
clearly.
Yeah, but I 100% grew up in a Muslim household. It's
So
like a random thing to
you believe?
refute.
Did you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have 2 older brothers.
2 older brothers. How do they feel about your work?
They're very supportive. They watch a lot of my debates.
I thought you were about to say they watch a lot of my content. I was like, I'm done. I was about to be like, no, Lord, no. Oh God. Okay, so they like your non-sexual content.
Yeah, I think they think it's cool.
Okay, have they ever watched your OF?
Not to my knowledge.
Not to my knowledge.
But you know how
That's a
Muslims
good.
are.
That's a good question.
They like to.
They're
influence-
human
I'm just
beings.
kidding.
They're
Yeah.
human beings. Yeah. Okay, so not to your knowledge, how would you feel if your brothers were watching your content?
I'd probably repress that feeling and pretend I didn't know.
Okay, what would the feeling be?
It'd be such a alien discovery that I'd probably feel nothing because my body would want to repress the possible trauma.
It'd be traumatic. Why is that?
Probably for the same reason that I wouldn't have sex with my brothers.
I'm not assuming anything with you because I think our value systems are so far apart that
Mhm.
it's not reasonable for me to assume. And furthermore, I think the audience wants to hear from you. And despite, we go back and have some debate. I do want to hear out you because I personally don't have any friends or relatives that are people. So you do introduce a very new perspective to me and the audience as well. So I'd love for you to elaborate.
About why I would feel like it's potentially traumatizing if I was aware of the fact my brothers are like zealously consuming my content.
Yes.
Because that would probably border on incestuous.
And incest is bad.
I think incest would give me a gross visceral reaction.
Okay.
Leave morals aside.
Do you think incest is bad?
Generally, yes.
Okay. All right. Now, them watching your content and masturbating, watching their sister is actually not incest. Is that bad?
That's why I said like it would border on incestuous, and it has more to do with like the visceral feeling I would get from it than
Like a
any type
natural
of,
sense
like,
of wrong. Is that what you're saying?
I don't even know if I would use the word wrong. It's just gross. Same way, I don't want to have sex with certain guys I don't want to have sex with. That doesn't mean it's wrong to do. It's more like
So it's not wrong if your brother watches your and masturbates to it. It's not wrong. You just don't find your brother attractive.
sure, yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I understand. Okay. Very good. Would you be in the same position? Because I remember you had mentioned incest is not wrong.
Well, this is the thing. You clearly use. I don't think you understand. There's a difference between Like we're talking moral philosophy, which
Yeah.
might be a little bit
I'm not
over your
talking.
head.
We're not talking about philosophy.
Yeah,
I'm
so
just
if you're
asking
saying
you
wrong,
because
so
you're not an
so what do you mean by
epistemologist.
wrong? Well, you're clearly not. So what do you mean
Yes.
by wrong?
No, you're correct. I'm not an
So what do you
epistemologist.
mean
I'm a
by wrong?
pragmatist.
Like, can you define
No,
wrong?
I'm asking. Oh my! She said, "Can you define wrong?"
Can you
This is the
define
word.
wrong?
we're-
Because
Can you
that's
define
definitely- 'cause
wrong?
what I see you did with
This
her.
is amazing.
What you did with her is you
Listen,
were trying to
I'm
conflate.
I'm
what
not
gives
trying to define wrong. I'm asking you based on who you are in
Yes.
your view, in your personal opinion,
Okay.
according to you.
So let me
Is
define wrong
incest
and then go.
wrong
So
to you?
moral wrong, like morally
We're not speaking
immoral.
objectively. We're
Okay.
just saying, do you find incest wrong?
I get a natural disgust reflex, but
Okay.
that doesn't mean it's wrong. Like I get a disgust
Alright.
reflex from you.
I hear
doesn't mean
you.
it's wrong.
But do you find incest wrong was the actual question.
I get a disgust reflex from it, but that doesn't mean it's morally wrong. I know this is maybe a little bit too much for you, but that's why I asked you to define your term.
You're like a bad politician. You're Kamala Harris.
Sure,
You're
but,
Kamala
I
Harris.
mean, I know
we
this
got a
goes
white
over
Kamala
your
Harris
head.
over here. Goddamn
Well,
it!
I mean, it's
we got a
very-
Kamala Harris.
It's very popular in Muslim culture for first cousins to marry. So do you morally?
It's actually
condemn
not
that?
popular. It is permissible and it does occur, but popular
Is
would
that
be an
wrong to you?
exaggeration.
Would you consider
Would
that
you
morally
would you
wrong?
consider that wrong?
If there's no genetic issue, I would not consider it to be wrong. No.
Okay. So the moral problem with incest is just the genetic component. That's it.
I'm not arguing morality because I don't think either of you have morality. So I'm not trying to persuade you
I don't
or
think
to
you
go
understand.
back
You can
and
speak
forth.
from your own purview
But
of morals.
what I am trying to understand is what your beliefs are, because at some level I'm interviewing you. We might debate on some things, but I'm sincerely interested to go inside of your minds. And so I'm not trying to establish what my beliefs are, because in this case, I think my beliefs are commonplace, whereas yours are more interesting because, you know,
I
she's
definitely
cool with
don't.
incest.
I don't think yours are
Yeah, and
commonplace
you're not
because you're only
commonplace.
morally condemning incest for the genetic component, and I think most people would morally condemn it even if they could do a test and realize this brother and sister could have genetically fine kids. I think most people would
yeah.
still disavow it.
It's a visceral, like she said, it's a visceral
Yes.
reaction that we get for good evolutionary reasons. But the whole point of people who can think a little bit better than you can is okay, if we remove those things, is it then still wrong?
Exactly.
And you're not having a discussion at that
I
level.
don't think
and neither is your
anyone-
audience, which is fine.
I don't think
That's the
anyone
level
on
at
the
which I
planet
was
Earth
talking
ever listens to a sex worker for advice
Opinion,
on morality.
only
But you said they're not coming. They're not coming from my body. So they're
similarly-
But you're
talk
sitting
to me,
here,
yeah.
Similarly, no one listens to criminals on how to, you know, live an upright
Why are you
life.
asking
That's actually
us?
not true. They
So-
give a lot of TED talks about how they turn their
So
life around.
that's good. That's very good. People click on that because it's ridiculous, right? Like a
So
former
what are
bank
you doing?
robber
Why are you
talks about
asking
how he had
two
to
OnlyFans
change.
models these
But
questions
you
when
don't
no
have
one
to be
listens
so
to us?
sensitive. I'm just telling you, I think you guys
I'm
are
emotionless. I
morally
have not been sensitive.
But you're
moral
faking your
degenerates. You don't
laugh.
have to
Yeah.
be. You don't have to be so sensitive about it.
So am I
That's
sensitive, not
it.
her?
You're the more sensitive one because you've been mad since the beginning.
Well,
since
I
you were
do get
unable, you
angry
made
that
a
you don't
claim,
you
you made a
up
lie,
companies.
and you wouldn't
You made up
explain
company-
it,
No, I
and then you
admitted
got
I
mad because
admitted
you
I
wouldn't give
lied, but
evidence.
you never answered the question.
You
What's
got
your IP?
mad because you couldn't
What's
be.
your IP?
You got very angry.
What's your IP?
Wait, so do you think
Anyways.
incest is okay if they could have like particularly healthy children? Like, what if they found out actually if these particular siblings had a kid, it'd be more genetically healthy?
And a kid would cure cancer. Then is it wrong? These are just too high level for him. Let's just calm down. Go back to asking our body counts.
Yeah,
This is-
watch this. Where'd you go to college?
I
I
don't
can't
like to
say.
dox myself.
What's your real name? I can't say.
What's
You're a
your
phony
IP?
person.
That's secret too.
You're a phony person. No one
I guess
respects
his
you.
IP is
You're a phony-
secret. His tangible.
She uses
his
her real name,
tangible-
but you won't use your real
most
name.
pe- she's
For
the
privacy.
Because you're a
she's
you're a
the
phony
anomaly.
person.
sex
You're a
workers try to
phony
get-
person.
Okay, then
Get
all
murdered
sex
all the
work, yeah,
time.
You are a
but
phony
Just
individual.
know her
nobody
family
usually
getting
hides their
murdered-
company.
murdered.
Nobody usually
Yeah.
hides their IP.
The-
We
You
all
caught
know
up on
what
the
Mark
super chats?
Zuckerberg has done. We all know what Elon Musk has done. No one knows what
One
you've done.
second left. You caught up on the chats?
We have some shout outs for
Go ahead.
some tuitions. We have King Florio. Farah, you keep repeating the premise within your reason, not answering. He asked you what's wrong with, then you reply with it's over sexualizing, which isn't answering the question.
Exactly.
Can I address it?
Are we going to let her address it?
No, let's just
Okay.
let's go through real quick and we'll come back to you. We'll come back.
Can I
Yeah.
Salvador
Yeah.
you can.
Dorlia. Marquett, I respect you, but condoning the consumption of at school by minors as freedom is a fat L. School
Bro,
should be
you are low IQ. No one condone the consumption of at school. These are called hypotheticals to explore a logical idea. Don't be a fool. I always speak consistently against the consumption of alcohol, the consumption of all intoxicants, including coffee and sugar. And I also speak against the consumption of, don't be a fool. You damn near got blocked. Go ahead.
Showtime. I'm 25 minutes behind. How do you come onto someone's show with no evidence of the accusations you claim?
It's
Shows
How do
crazy.
you make a show and based on a lie that
Keep
you
going,
can't
keep
prove?
going.
shows
Don't
all
interrupt
they
us.
are here for is clout. I hope no one is in this chat would be dumb enough to sub to these 304s.
They will.
Woo. Woo. And you know what? I don't know because I don't have an. I'm not in your position. Only you know. But
You're
as a,
also not in the position of running a company
I
or
hear
making
you.
an IP.
As a business person, I can only
But you're
presume.
not a business person.
One
Where's the
second.
evidence you're a business person?
You're a very angry
Where's
individual.
the
One
evidence
second.
you're a
You don't have
business
to
person?
interrupt. You just look
You interrupt
unruly.
me.
You just look
interrupt-
unruly. One
You look
second.
unruly.
One second.
One sec. One sec.
You are
What's
crazy
your
as
IP?
hell. You gonna be
What's
single
your
as hell. I
IP?
feel like I'm gonna see your ass on the news at some point because you
Sure.
are.
I mean, I want to see
you
your
are
ass on the news. I want to
mental.
know
You
about
are
this
so
guy who like
crazy.
created two
You are
companies.
so
When you
crazy.
go
It
on
was
those
more than two
websites-
actually. You got to
But
do
when you
better,
go-
better Google.
I went on Fletch. I
But
can't
check this
download your
out.
app. I looked at Apple. You just talk
Check
about
this out.
Apple Pay.
Check this out real quick.
Talking about how to cancel subscriptions on
Did you
Hulu.
finish?
Yeah, I'm finished.
Okay, fantastic.
Go to his pages,
Give me a
guys. Tell
second.
me where this app is. I
Why are
can't
you
find
so
it.
angry? Like
Because
the
I
anger
feel like
you
you're
harbor.
lying. I don't
I
like
think
liars.
I think I touched your heart with the truth, and you realize that
That
people
I-
can see that you're nothing, and that
Oh,
bothers
okay.
you
Yeah. Well,
because your whole goal
definitely
is to
people can
feel
see I'm
important.
nothing. Yeah,
Your whole goal is to
definitely.
feel important and have people look
No,
well
my goal
upon
is
you.
to make
That's why you have
real
all the
money,
fake
not
things.
fake money.
We
That's
do
my
have a
goal.
That's why
My
you have
goal
all the
is
fake
real
things.
money, not fake money.
Well, then why would you be here
Because
unless there's some money?
Because the Simps in your audience are gonna subscribe to me.
I see.
That's why.
I see.
Yeah.
To make money. So you're here to make money.
Yeah, because I want real money. I don't
Right.
want fake money.
Now you know the funny thing about someone like you. Do you know what it is?
Well, I know the funny thing about you. Can I talk? Can I say that? That
No,
you made
because
up,
every
you don't
time we
have an
ask you
IP.
to explain something, you don't explain because you're just lying.
Well,
You're a
you don't.
liar.
You're literally gone
You're a
viral
liar.
multiple times for not
You're
answering
a
basic
liar.
questions about
You're
who you
still
are,
making up
what an
things.
NFT is,
You're
what
still
your
making
app
up
is,
things.
what your IP is.
Tell
You're
me
so
this
proud of
real
it. You
quick. Just
started-
I'm gonna give you one chance. Tell the truth.
No, I'm gonna give you
Tell
one
the truth.
chance. What's your IP?
What is the
your
$4,000
IP?
scam? What's the
What is your
$4,000
IP?
scam? What's the
What's your
$4,000 scam? These girls are nut. Anyways, Keandre writes, Peace of the Saints. I've been focused on building my business, deleted Patreon, so I joined thesasson.com, THESASN.com. We encourage you all to log in, boss up. Grateful for being able to meet the other saints in Texas. That's a beautiful thing. I'm in Austin if anybody wants to train or work. And girls, the saint. Marquett explains what he does on plenty of his videos.
Not this one.
Also, have you read the article
I've
about
read,
me
I
in
just,
Forbes?
I just
Have you read about me in
literally-
Forbes?
Yeah, and then the first
Why'd you ignore
video-
that?
the
Wait,
first
wait.
video-
Why didn't you bring that up?
No, so the
Wait, am
Forbes
I in
one-
Forbes?
No.
Am I in Forbes?
No, you're not. There's
You're
a
a
whole video
liar.
exposing it.
God,
Literally
geez, you're a
look up
liar.
Marquett
That's
Forbes
crazy.
and you'll see
That's
how he
crazy.
scammed people into
That's
thinking
insane.
that. Let's play that video.
That's insane.
There's YouTubers exposing
Damn, you're a
you on
liar.
it
That's
already.
insane. Hold on
What's
one
your
second.
IP?
And girls, the Saint Marquett explains what he does plenty of times in his videos. And you know the amazing thing about a person like you? All you
The
do is
amazing
you
thing
just
about a person like
you just
is
lie
that
about
you
everything. You lie about
don't-
everything.
You're
You're
nothing.
broke.
You
You're
don't
broke.
have
Watch this.
anything.
I'm gonna do her routine. You're broke.
I can
You're
show
broke.
you that I'm not. Can you
You're
show
broke.
me you're not?
You're
Can you show
broke.
me you're not?
No, you're broke.
Here.
You scammed somebody for $13,000.
You don't have
You
an IP.
scammed
What's your
somebody
IP?
for
What's your IP?
$13,000.
What's your IP?
You
What's your
scammed somebody
IP?
for
What's your IP?
$13,000.
How do
You're
I
broke.
download Fletch?
I
How do
read a
download
fake
Fletch? How do
article.
download
I read a
Fletch?
fake
How do I
article
download
about
Fletch?
you
How
on
do
the
I download
internet.
Fletch? How
I
do
read that you're a
download
top
Fletch?
10%
How do I
OnlyFans,
download
but you're
Fletch?
not.
How do I download
But you're not.
Fletch? How do I download Fletch?
But you're
How do I
not.
download Fletch?
Very good. Anyways, he's built many networks and foundations. He's a proper leader. Immature scumbag men are the only supplementation. And they'll probably Ted Bundy you in real life. Ooh. Think about that next time. Stop acting like children and act like women. That's not going to happen. That is absolutely not going to happen. Slim chance. Robert writes, I'd like to point out that Jazmen is conducting research to support her false claims mid-debate. I saw that. It was a little bit tacky.
No, I was conducting
it was a bit
research
tacky to be on your phone during the live session, but I was like,
because
you're
I'm
already
trying to
angry. I
find
didn't
his
want to get you
website.
mad.
I went on your
I didn't want to
your
get you madder.
Instagram. It has 100
suggests
followers.
that
I went on the Fletch app. I
Would
clicked on
you-
technology. I clicked on about. I
You're
clicked
getting
on,
out of control,
I clicked on
Jazmen.
Apple.
Jazmen, listen.
None of it's
Listen,
there.
let me
That's
explain
what I was
something
on
to
my
you.
phone. That was
You're
what I was on
here
my
for
phone.
business. You're here on business. I
And
realize
I'm
you're an
getting my
OnlyFans.
business. I'm
I realize
getting
you're
my
an
business. Don't
OnlyFans
you worry. I'm
dirtbag,
getting my business.
but you're here on business.
I'm
At
an
least
OnlyFans
conduct
dirtbag. You're
yourself.
just a regular dirtbag.
Dirt bag.
Dirtbag.
Dirt bag. Are your
Dirtbag.
lips too heavy?
Dirtbag.
You inflated them too much. Your lips are too
Dirtbag.
heavy. You can't talk. God damn. Now you're here on business.
And I'm
At least
trust me, I'm
remember,
doing good.
at least remember that, and let me conduct the housekeeping items. And then when you want to go back and
Conducting your
forth,
housekeeping
we
co-
can do that.
conducting
Stop!
your
You're barely
housekeeping
speaking
items
English. You're too
doesn't
nervous.
help my
You keep
business.
stuttering.
It
You
doesn't
keep
help
stuttering.
my
Get her a
business.
speech pathologist. This suggests that she came unprepared. This is true. Even though
Prepared
this
for what?
debate was scheduled far in advance, minutes.
We had no
She
topic.
keeps interrupting. You're so angry.
We had no topic.
Can you
What was
calm
I
down? We
supposed to
can
do?
tell you're mad because you
What
keep
was I
interrupting.
supposed to? Well,
You're a
no,
raging animal right now.
honestly,
Calm down.
You're a raging
You're
animal.
raging.
Well, then
Just
answer my
calm down. We're doing
question.
the housekeeping. Just calm down.
Answer
You're
my
raging.
questions.
You're raging. This suggests that she came unprepared, even though this debate was scheduled far in advance, and is indicative of her unruly nature. I mean, unruly. Yeah, talk about it.
Well, if you're
Watch
gonna
the
make side
video
comments, then I'm
pertaining
gonna
to the
make
idea.
comments.
Watched
No.
the video pertaining to the
But-
idea that content is not good, and I agree with the sentiment. Here to show support. Shout out to Michael. He writes, would you consider pursuing a defamation case against these demons
Please,
like
please.
molest?
Please, will you please file a defamation suit against
All
me?
right,
Please. I think it'd be great for content,
do you-
great for my business. I'm here for business.
Okay.
I would love a defamation suit.
Okay. Are you calm now?
No, I want that.
All right.
Please follow
Jesus
up on that.
Christ.
I really
This
want
is
that.
insane. Would you consider pursuing a defamation case against these demons like Molestany, Sodom 22, and this harlot for their slanderous claims?
Yes, please.
Honestly, it's too many people. That's a sad thing. It's just too many people.
Just
It's not a
pick
good use
me.
of time.
Pick me.
She is a
Sue
pick
me.
me. She
Sue
is a
me.
pick me.
Sue me.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
pick
her
me
whole
to
life
sue.
is
Pick
based
me
on
to
that.
sue because I would.
You would
love-
easily
I
win because
want
there's
the
no
suit.
proof, and you'd essentially be taking money, disempowering these demons and empowering the assassin movement. Peace of saints. We won't say it'll never happen.
No, let's see it. I want
We
to see
won't
the
say
suit
it'll
because
never
it would tell
happen.
me what you've done and what I defamed you on because I can't find it anywhere else.
That's why you make it up, because you are lying.
Well, that's no.
Badik
you're
writes,
lying.
Jafar is a lawyer. She's not a lawyer. She's nobody. Free her clients. I know they ain't do it. She's just a bad communicator and debater that she gets innocent clients locked up. I wouldn't be shocked at all. Did you ever practice law?
Yep.
For how many years?
Only 7 months. I mean,
7
I still
months.
have my
Got you. You're
licenses
not a lawyer.
active.
Stop it. You
You're
practice
not a-
law for
what are you,
7 months. Please
technologist,
stop it.
philanthropist? What does that video
Please stop
say?
it. Shout out to Joseph. He writes, your
Boxer.
patience and diligence are unmatched. Austin writes, that's deep. Anyways, can we get a 360 drip cam? They're asking if they can see you all in 360.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's get the best camera for that one. It might be this shot, this wide shot.
You're on the white shop.
Cool. All right, we're on the wide shot. Cool. Let's see how she looks on that one. Is that giving them at least the neck to the knees?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I can't do it today.
She is suffering from some kind of ailment. I have some guesses on what it is, but I'm gonna pray for you, sis. I'm gonna pray for you in a real way. You do look a bit. Have you always had this emaciated look, or is this the sickness?
Yeah, I've always looked anorexic. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. Nah, that's cool. I think there is an appeal there for sure. That's awesome.
What did you say? It's globally unattractive to me. If something's
That's very
globally
good.
unattractive, how can it be globally unattractive to you? You can only speak for yourself, not the globe.
Jasper writes, "Oh, you don't understand English. You cheated in law school. I swear you cheated because you don't understand English. You don't know what globally unattractive means.
What is globally unattractive?
Wow, you said not the
Explain it,
globe.
explain
This
it.
girl's
No,
dumb.
explain it,
This girl's
explain
dumb.
it,
Hell nah.
explain
Give
it,
me my zoom in
explain it.
camera. Hit me
Okay,
with the camera.
explain
This is dumb.
Explain it,
Listen to
explain
me.
it,
I
explain
said
it.
you're globally unattractive, which means wholly in the full sense, in
Well, I'm
every
trying to
sense.
figure this
And then you
out.
said, how can you speak for everyone on the
Well, I
globe?
think if
You're
it's
dumb. You don't
globally-
know
if someone
English.
thinks
You're
globally
dumb. You have a
unattractive,
low
that
IQ.
probably
It's
means
been
that
proven.
everybody
You're out of
agrees with
here.
you.
Strike 3. You're out of here. She doesn't understand basic
Okay,
English.
what else?
Jesus Christ. What's your first language?
What else?
What's your first
Farsi
language?
and then English.
Farsi was
but
your first
I wanna
language?
know, globally
Are you
has
better in
multiple
Farsi?
Meanings.
Keep it
Global
real.
has multiple
Are you better in?
meanings. Global has multiple
Global has
meanings.
multiple meanings.
Yes,
That's
it
how I got
does.
confused.
No,
Global has
I'm not
multiple meanings. That's
confused.
why I was
When you say
confused.
someone's
Your
globally
ass is dumb,
unattractive, when
shorty.
you're saying someone's
That's all there is.
globally-
That's why you do. That's why you was a 7-month lawyer.
Why are you
Your ass was
triggered?
a 7-month lawyer because your ass couldn't hack it.
Okay.
That was your best opportunity.
Cool.
Stop
Calm
it.
down.
Stop
Calm
it.
down.
Stop
You're
it.
here for business.
You don't know what
Calm
globally
down.
means.
You're here for business.
You need to get your together before
I
you
do know
start
what
with
globally
me.
means. I
That's why
do
you
know
won't
what
say what
globally
college you went
means.
to, because you
What
went to
globally
a
means.
ass college like
Why
the
won't you
13th,
say what your
14th
IP
grade.
is then? Why won't you
Wow.
say? Why won't you say what your IP is?
Wow.
Why won't you say what your IP is?
Wowzer. That's crazy.
What is your
You
IP?
literally got
What is
confused
your
when I
IP?
was talking.
What is your IP?
That's
What
amazing.
is
Do you
your
even
IP?
understand
What
half
is
the
your
things I'm
IP?
saying?
What is your IP?
You got
All I
confused.
want to know is your IP.
That's amazing.
You won't tell
Shout out
us?
to Jasper. He writes, to both the slores, would you date/marry a man who is an avid? Do you know what that means, avid?
Yeah. Do you know what IP is?
Do you know what avid
Do you know what
means?
intellectual property is?
Would
Do you know
you
what
date/marry a
intellectual
man who is an avid consumer of your content? If you wouldn't, please explain why. That's actually a really good question. I like how he formulated that. I wouldn't have even thought of that. We will start with you.
What's the question?
I'll repeat that, slow brain. Jasper writes, to both of the slores, would you date
Okay, we get it. You don't need to.
Right.
You're not very good at.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Yes, I would.
Why you lied? Everybody in the background was like, bruh, stop it.
Yeah, obviously this background, they all look homeless.
It.
Just if you can't see them.
Bruh, stop it.
They all look ghetto and homeless, but okay.
Oh, damn. You said everybody out here looks ghetto and homeless?
That's how I think.
And I was trying to be nice.
Okay.
But I'm just tripping. Like, you're insulting people and you're over here.
You called her ugly.
What were we talking about you?
Right
We talking about you.
away.
We talking about you. She ain't clapped at nobody. She's staying chill. But we talking about you. That's what I like about y'all.
Ugly.
You never no, she's not globally ugly. You too stupid. I said she's globally unappealing to me. But here's the thing. You don't care what I think about your attractiveness, correct? Thank you. So it's irrelevant. You need to learn English. You need to learn English.
Do they care?
But here's the thing. This is how we know you're a dirtbag. I'll tell you how we know you're a dirtbag. These folks have nothing to do. This is all people that have nothing to do with this. You're insulting random people. I'm talking to you two because we're on the show together.
Everyone laughs.
You're a dirtbag.
Okay.
You're a dirtbag. Anyways, so you lied and claimed that you would date and marry a man who consumes content. You're trying to make them feel like they're good guys.
If you're gonna ask me a question and not believe my answer, okay.
Go ahead.
I would find that so hot. I literally put like little heart icons.
I like you. Y'all be marketing y'all ass off.
No,
Go ahead,
literally,
baby.
like when I go through messages, if someone has like an extra cute profile picture and I get their Instagram and I think they're cute, I'll put a heart next to their name.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Watch this, ladies and saints. Have you ever how long have you been on OnlyFans?
Since 2021.
2021. How long have you been on OnlyFans?
Since probably July or August of 2021.
So you want to calculate number of years?
Well, I mean, now we're in February of 2020.
Damn, she having trouble with math too. First it was English, now it's
like
math. Great. Let's just round it up to 3 years. Fantastic. In your 3 years on, have you ever dated someone who you met as in consumer?
I've never dated anyone in 3 years. So what am I supposed to?
Have you ever slept with anyone who started off as a consumer of yours?
Actually, yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
How much he pay you?
No, nothing.
Girl, quit lying. Quit lying.
Yeah,
Chat, if you believe that, God damn it, I got a bridge to sell you. Amazing. Have you ever dated anyone who's consumed your? That's how you met them.
No, but does put restrictions on like planning meetups with subs.
That has nothing to do with it though, because we both know that's not going to stop you if you want it to. So your answer is no, I have not. Understood. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Carrying on. Shout out to T. He writes, mentally fine after laugh my ass off. Time will teach. Amazing. Carrying on. May I acknowledge, Zachary writes, I'll do it. I'll ask. Jazmen, I think he's talking to you. Please, I got to tell you, because you're slow out here.
Smart boy.
Please define. Oh, he really did it. Oh, he ain't sent enough money to ask this damn question. Here we go. Please define right. And should I read the whole thing or just read the part that has a question, then give you the rest?
Well, I think that I'll answer whatever question it is if you answer what your IP
Got
is.
you. So I'll do it. I'll ask Jazmen, please define right and wrong objectively. You are unraveling the fabric of society by arguing for subjective right and wrong versus objective right and wrong. Is pedophilia right or wrong?
So if
please don't fail this test. Still define right and wrong.
So
and don't use right or wrong as you define them.
So if we're going to go into a discussion about objective morality, which will go over the head of you as well as all of your audience, I'm ready for it, but do you want to do that?
You barely understand English.
No, ask me
just try to answer this question.
No. Do you want me to go into it? Do you want to do a thing about objective or subjective?
We're on the full
morality?
view right now, right?
Do you want objective or
no? You're just going to answer his question briefly. He had a quick question, which is.
So you're asking my personal belief on objective morality.
Zachary is writing.
Do you want to go through this or
not? Is
pedophilia
yes or no? Right or wrong? That's the first question.
Yes or no?
That's the first thing that has a question mark. Is pedophilia right or wrong? That's a yes or no question. I will answer that
after you answer the IP question.
This is a question from Zachary.
Well, this is a question from me to you.
Okay, you don't want to answer the question. That's fine. You don't have to. That's fine.
Just like you don't have to answer about your IP.
Shout out to Ibotic. He writes, Madam Emaciation, Madam Emaciation is rethinking her alliance with the Cheddar Bob lawyer. Bruh, I'm telling you. He's basically saying she talks like the trainer off of Waterboy. Did you ever see that movie Waterboy? The trainer from Mississippi. He'd be like, that's kind of how she's out here with her English. It's bad. God damn. God damn, did they disbar you? Did you ever pass the bar?
Yes, in order to be
You
a
did?
licensed
Okay,
attorney, I had to pass
fantastic.
the bar. I know that's probably
Did you
way
pay
outside
someone to do
your-
it, or you actually did it?
No, just like I didn't pay fake
You don't
articles
even
to
know
write
what
that I'm a
global. You don't even know what
entrepreneur.
global means.
Yes, I
That's
do.
bad.
You want to pull it up? Let's look up the
That's
definition.
bad.
Look up
baby.
global. Let's pull
Are
it
you
up.
caught up with the super chats?
We have a baller alert.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. By the way, support the work. Support the fact that I'm dealing with this broad. Support the fact that I'm dealing with these broads, because Lord knows, when I asked you guys if you had $1 billion, would you keep doing this? And you guys were both like, yeah, I'm passionate about being a floor. I'm a super thought. I'm passionate. In my case, I'm talking to you all because the audience will tune in more to watch bimbos like you. And so
we're helping your business. We did a tangible thing, Farha.
Yes, you
We have a
did. You
tangible
did
thing.
actually.
Okay,
Yes.
So then why
In
ask us that first
fact-
one? What's your tangible
In
thing?
fact,
Where's Fletch
we're
app?
both
How do I
using
download
one
Fletch?
second. You're not funny, but 1 second.
I am funny.
We're both using one another, which is to say, like, if it
course
wasn't
you're
for
not.
this, I would never talk to you all. Like, never. I don't even
No,
want
we
to be
would never talk
around
to
you, right?
either.
So that's because you're beneath me. But anyways, the point is this. If I had $1 billion, I would just put it into marketing to spread my message. I wouldn't have to utilize persons like
you need better
guys.
marketing because it's not believable.
You know,
that
my
you
marketing.
Made, that
No,
you
my
made,
marketing
you
is
have
not
an
very
IP.
good.
You
My
need
marketing.
better marketing.
No, you're right. I do need better
better,
marketing.
way better
I agree
marketing
with you there.
so that
I agree
there's
with
some
you there.
legitimate evidence of his IP.
I agree with you. I do
Yeah,
need better
okay.
marketing. That is a smart thing. Hit me.
Mama's question: what did I walk into? I just got off work. Am I hearing them trying to condone incest? What is going on here? GC donation. If I subscribe to Jazmen OnlyFan, am I still a saint? Bro, those boobs are fat.
No, bro, if that's how you feel, that's who you actually are. You know, like, my work is not to take anyone away from who they are. There are wicked persons among us. And then there are the persons in the middle who are, without knowledge, and they just need to be able to learn difference between good and bad, learn what will happen in the long term if you engage in certain behaviors. But if that's how you feel, brethren, do what you do, baby.
Sarti's third element, big homie.
Shout out to Sarti. Appreciate you. You all caught up?
Yep.
Fantastic. There was one part of a question I'd asked earlier that I didn't finish. And I do want to honor what the fans are asking you guys, because surely I couldn't answer any of these questions. You guys have a unique experience. And they had said, if your daughters were to do OnlyFans, and I don't actually necessarily agree with how this is formulated, but if your daughters were to do OnlyFans, do you realize that you are leading them toward the following things: single motherhood, sexual assault, and harassment?
Where does sexual assault fall into this category?
I did
Is there
not write
any
this
evidence
question.
of OnlyFans increasing your likelihood of sexual assault?
So your answers are no. You do not believe that you're leading them toward that if they were to follow your footsteps in this
Well, I think
work.
our answer was more so in alignment with where the culture goes. So if the culture was more harsh towards sex workers in the future, then we'd want to advise our daughters to go somewhere where they'd have a happier, healthier life. But you know what I mean? If it worked
Yeah.
out.
Where
then
do you
it's
feel
fine.
the culture is presently with regards to
I think it's
OnlyFans
definitely
girls?
in like a transitory period.
Transition.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And do you think that in the United States in particular, because obviously in different countries it's radically different, right?
Mhm.
Like in one of your parents' country, we could get you strung up for this, right? We can get you in prison for this kind of thing, right? But in America in particular, where do you think it will be in 10 years? Do you think you as a sex worker will be in a better position or a less advantageous position culturally?
Better.
I think financially we'll be worse off in that the market will be more saturated. So I think
Okay.
it'll become kind of like the way the influencer economy is right now. Like everyone wants a slice.
Yeah.
But in terms of social stigmatization, I think there'll be basically virtually none.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree with
That
that.
makes sense. And you know what? You don't always answer the question, but you say things that are reasonably insightful, and I do appreciate that. I really do. And also you're tough, and you don't get so like this one, but it's a good
I'm
balance.
sorry I triggered
It's a good
you.
balance. We
I'm
got bad
sorry I
cop, good cop.
triggered- I'm trying to trigger
We got
you.
bad cop, good cop, or maybe we got bad cop, racist cop. You feel me? Because I don't know about good cop. We got bad cop,
Oh, because I
racist cop.
called them ghetto.
No, I don't think you're racist. I'm just saying, like, it's one step worse. You're having trouble falling
Like
on.
you do police
It's okay.
brutality. He said.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
I'm
you,
sorry,
baby.
I'm
I said
sorry.
she was a smarter one, right? We got Tweedledee and Tweedledum right here. God damn it.
So I'm
It's
the hot
all
one and
bad.
she's the smart one.
Oh,
Okay.
goodness. Well, you said you're the what?
You said that you were calling her unattractive. So am I just
Who
attractive?
said you were attractive?
I mean, you didn't call
Got
me
him.
unattractive.
Got him. Who said you were
You
attractive?
didn't call
Knock
me
it off.
unattractive.
Baby, knock it off, please. Please. You're being silly.
Focus on my lips. That's all
Hit
you got.
me. You.
No, tell me
I'm
how
not.
unattractive
I'm
I am.
not like you crazy.
I'm having fun.
You crazy
It's
as
fun.
hell. You know what the sad thing is? I actually believe that.
But I'm having fun. Yeah.
That is the sad,
we were
creepy
really
thing.
excited about this.
No, honestly, the thing that I find extraordinary about your type is that you go on a podcast, get embarrassed, obliterated, degraded, and you're like, "Hi, it was a good day
I
at
feel
work."
the same way about you.
That's
I
insane.
feel the same way about
It's
you
just
and
like
your
insane.
interaction
I'm
with
like,
multiple people on the
whoa.
internet.
Like,
Same thing.
wowzers.
Likewise.
Wowzers. Anyways, one thing I do want to ask that I think is actually interesting, and I am curious because even as a grown man, there's a number of weirdos every now and then that'll hop in DMs, death threats, and then various other weird sexual things, whether it's from females or males, that I get as a man. And I imagine you all being actually in sex work, it just gets at even higher proportions. So, do you have any stories or like, hey, like so and so said this or did this, or this is a time I felt concerned? Take us into that, if you will.
I haven't really had anything too.
Yeah, I haven't.
I
had
mean, I get
anything
like crazy
dramatic.
DMs, but nothing past that.
Yeah, like we probably both get death threats, but nothing that actually would like cause
Like the death threats
alarm.
are not even like coherent.
Yeah.
Like
Death threats.
probably after
I
this.
feel like
from
any
now.
we would regardless, just
Yeah.
even like going on debates.
You
and
think
getting
these
to
are
OF.
from males generally or females or
100%,
males,
both?
yeah.
males.
100%.
Yeah.
Why do you think that they feel this? Like I don't condone what you do, but it would never cross my mind to actually hurt one of you. I think you guys are plenty hurt already, but why do you think that they go to that extreme
I
with
think
you?
because of like the red pill discourse, they blame us for a lot of their downfalls. They
You think
that
these
they're
people are motivated by the red pill to want to kill you?
1000%.
Damn.
Yeah, because they blame you. Literally just said the West is falling because of OnlyFans. They literally think the culture is
that?
disintegrating. One of the super chats.
Oh, okay.
And then they think that like they can't get a girlfriend because of us, that they can't like, be a breadwinner because of
Yeah.
us. Like all of society.
There's a
is
bunch
burdened
of
with
studies
Look.
out about misogyny levels correlating to your perceived sexual market value in the dating world. So these men, they want us, they can't have us, they don't have a lot else going for them. So it turns into hate. I feel
Yeah.
I don't blame them. I feel
Yeah,
bad
they're
for them.
pathetic. They're
Yeah.
pathetic. Wow.
They have like revenge fantasies on us and stuff. Like, well, you guys are going to be miserable later, when at least you're willing to admit that we
Wow.
could go on and be perfectly fine with this life because the culture's on our side, money's on our side.
Well, culture can be unpredictable. So that's one thing. That's why I asked you. I sincerely want to hear what you think as someone in this industry. Culture is fairly unpredictable.
When has it gone in the past, let's say 100 years? Has it become more conservative?
Yes, it has. For example, let me introduce you to some history. And have you ever lived in the Bay Area, either of you?
Not live there.
Okay, yeah, I used to live in the Bay Area for two reasons. One, I did Berkeley undergrad, and secondly, I moved into San Francisco afterward, working for a tech company. San Francisco, I know, right? It doesn't exist. But San Francisco, as you guys know, is one, very affluent, but two, has a long history of activism and also various movements like the hippie movement and the sexual liberation movement and free love. So free love and the free love movement, that was a time of great levels of sexual freedom and experimentation, along with drugs as well. And so this is, we're talking 70s, things like this. So have we, after the 70s, the 80s came, and then you had the AIDS epidemic, and that put a bookend on that sexual liberation. So have societies become more conservative? Absolutely. Even if you look at ancient Greece.
You're wrong, because you're talking about what people are.
Stop it. But
yeah,
go ahead.
let me tell you. So if you look at, we can pull this up. I don't know if you have that capability in the studio, but if you can pull up and you look at social attitudes towards things like casual sex, the graph clearly
Can you say it again? I didn't hear the beginning part.
Social attitudes.
There's a word before that.
If you look at social, if you look at social attitudes on things like casual sex, and you look at how people view these things in a moral context, like, is it wrong to have casual sex? These things have been going in one direction. So while there is like a little rave or a little movement that came on in the 70s, and afterwards people may have not been into that movement, that doesn't mean that their attitudes towards social or casual sex have become more conservative.
Fascinating. So there's attitudes and then there's behavior. So attitudes and behavior are different.
So for instance, we're having less sex as a society, but our social attitudes,
fascinating. Okay, so what's more meaningful, what people do or what people think?
What people think, because
that's the dumbest thing on earth. What people do, meaning the actions, that's far more meaningful and impactful on the planet Earth. That was extremely dumb.
Can I rebut that? Can I rebut that?
I'll let you respond, and then we'll carry on, because we're getting dumb again. Go ahead.
The reason for that is that because of things maybe like social media, people are home more. They may not engage as much. Like, young people are having less sex, but they're stigmatizing people that have sex less. So people like us who do sex work, the reason it matters for us is just because they're having less sex, but the social attitudes on putting a scarlet letter on us is not going in conjunction with their behavior. And that's why it matters, because if you're asking sex workers about social attitudes and those becoming more conservative, just because people are having less sex, it doesn't mean they are morally condemning sex anymore. Okay.
Fantastic. Did we let you speak on that one, or
No, I'd
you're
agree
good?
with that. Like, I think
Okay.
the thoughts of the culture is more important because it's about like widening the choices that people can make rather than just the choices themselves.
Fantastic. Okay, fascinating. And we could go back and forth on this particular one. I think it's an interesting debate. We won't go forward on it because we could have an entire session just on that. Because, for example, we could look at Afghanistan just as a single country and talk about the culture there and say, has it become more or less
Well, I
conservative
thought we
over
were talking about
time?
the West. So
No,
if you
yeah,
want to go
we are.
globally, we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
have a different
Don't
discussion.
bring up globally. You know, you don't know what that
That's a
word
correct
means. You know, you
usage
don't know
of
what
the
that word
word.
means.
It's a
Goddamn.
correct
You know,
use
you
of
don't.
the word. You
But
don't know what it means.
but I do want to acknowledge that in this particular case, I think there's merit to both sides, and it actually can be debated. Whereas some other things that we talk about, like for example, when I asked you, like, what's the one thing about on the phone that's just so problematic, and you didn't pin down something. I don't think I think your arguments were flimsy. Whereas I think in this case, you actually have something to stand on, and I actually appreciate what you said. So thank you very much for sharing that with
You're
us.
very
That was
welcome.
insightful. Carrying on to the next piece. Oh, are you caught up there?
Shout out to Chris J. Jazeen Jafar just said, quoted, "The simps in your audience are going to subscribe. She hates her subscribers. And if anyone does subscribe, you might hate yourself."
Well, your audience, I
Yeah.
don't like. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Satar,
just also want everyone who does subscribe to know that we also hate you and we wish death upon you. Carrying on, go ahead.
Satar's third element, the one on my right has a chance for peace and to be a good woman because she is a follower. The one on my left will bring the draw but end up empty. Peace to the saints.
Peace to the saints. Who said that?
Satari's third element.
Sardi, you have been
Sardi.
fooled. Don't you ever be fooled. It's the most dangerous thing is to be fooled by these
Are
individuals.
you on the left?
She,
I don't know.
it doesn't matter because you're both the same. It doesn't matter. They're both the same. You have been fooled if you think that because she's less verbose, that she's a better person. They have the same thinking, the same behavior. They're friends, birds of a feather flock together. They believe the same things. She might be less disagreeable verbally, but you're not going to change her mind. That's what happens to a lot of men. And a lot of these guys who call themselves red pill, and I'm disgusted by the red pill just as much as you guys. I think it's ridiculous and disgusting. But these RP guys, when they're debating these girls, like, when you get 50, you're going to regret this. They're trying to essentially save a hoe. They're trying to convert them to different behavior.
Wait, you're not red.
I know that these broads are not going to change. And my goal is not to change their behavior because a tiger never changes its stripes. My goal is to marginalize them and limit their influence and keep them broke.
That's definitely not working. But also, I just have a question. So you're not red pill. You don't identify as red pill.
I think it's a ridiculous concept.
So like
not
you
at
don't
all.
agree with like
I've
Fresh
never-
and Fit
I've
or
never
Rolo
once
or Michael.
said
Like
that.
one-sided open.
I've never once said that I'm red pill my entire life.
But you just said so you disagree. Like with
I
Rolo
think red
and
pill
Fresh
is
and Myron
rubbish
Gaines
and it's
stuff?
silliness.
So you disagree with like Myron Gaines and
I
Rolo
never
and-
said that. I said I think red pill is
They
rubbish
are
and
the
it's
kings
silliness.
of the red pill. Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
Just don't want to. You're scared, but okay.
No, I just said that red pill is nonsense. I've always said that.
It's
and
like
what you're saying
disgusting,
is,
right?
do you disagree with Rolo and Myron? Well, if I were to say no, I don't, or yes, I do, that would, according to your language, that would be a global condemnation or a global agreement.
Well, then
which is not
did
true.
A global
So there you go.
disagreement with the red
Boom.
pill.
Now you know what global
You did a
means. I hit you
global
again.
Disagreement with the red pill. So that's why
No, I said the red pill is rubbish. And this is why I say it's
Yeah.
rubbish. Number one, it's rubbish because it's not programmatic. It does not actually tell men what to do that's going to change the society. They'll complain about alimony. They'll complain about child support. They'll complain
Myron
about the
doesn't
courts.
tell men what to do.
Are you going to listen or are you going to interrupt?
First, but as long as
we're good. We're good. It's fine. You don't actually want to hear anything. Anyway, shout out to Frank. He writes, "Big homie, did you ever get back the the humongous amount of money that the failed police system tried to steal from you last year? Peace to the saints." No, I have a court case next month. It'll be fascinating. Oh, actually, I can't talk about any of this now that I recall. I can't talk about any of it. Lawyers' orders. Anyway, shout out to Carter. He writes, "Peace of the Saints." Left a question in the Patreon comments. Please send it to the email below. We got a fast moving show. You all caught up there?
Stop playing Trey for the Master Communicator course speech we have to write. Will the topic be our choice?
Yes. But if I don't like the topic, I am going to change it. The goal to being a truly skilled person is for you to be able to, and I know you know about this given some of your work, is, if you have a task as a speech writer, you might not even believe in the thing you're trying to forward. And so we want to make sure that you're operating using the best in communication. So if your topic is, I might change it.
And then Showtime. As a practicing Sunni Muslim with 2 sisters, this makes me quite sad. Her dad and brothers will be questioned on the day of judgment, which is nearing.
Okay, you can go ahead and forward that to your brothers and your father that the gentleman says they will be judged. And I'm guessing he's saying they're going straight to the hellfire, is my guess. What do you think?
Alongside with me.
For sure, you'll be holding hands in the hellfire. Absolutely, that's my guess. Fantastic. I think you also claim that you were raised in a Muslim household as well.
Culturally Muslim.
Culturally, that's more accurate. Thank you. Beautiful. Another question is, so I don't know. I just learned of you when you came on here, so this is my introduction to you. Obviously, we've talked before, and I don't know precisely what your connection is to Destiny, but people refer to you as Destiny's Girls, and so I do have a question, not directly related to him, but some of his experiences, and I'd love to get your opinion. So he recently was divorced by Melina, his ex-wife, I guess you can call her. And a lot of the internet is saying that she was a gold digger, forever being with him just because he's not an attractive person. And they're saying she was with him for the money because a guy who looks like him and sounds like him could never get a decent girl. That's part one. What are your thoughts on that? And I realize, just preface, they do business with him. So what are your thoughts
I
on
do
that?
no business with him.
Right.
I think he's my friend, but
He's your friend.
what is the
right.
question?
Do you think that a guy who looks like Destiny could get a woman on the caliber of Melina
Yeah, I do.
based on who he is, if he was not
He's
famous
very
at all?
charismatic.
Just real quick, if he was not famous at all and he just like worked at Starbucks.
Yeah, he's very charismatic. He has high emotional intelligence.
Yes.
He's not like socially retarded like you. Like there's a
Okay.
lot of things that I would think that
Okay. Very good.
I think worked at Starbucks, maybe not, but I don't think he
Uh-huh.
had to be a millionaire to pull her for sure.
What if he worked at
Didn't she leave him for somebody who's like not like basically works at Starbucks? So yeah, clearly, how did
I
he
agree.
get her?
That's a very
if-
good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. So, okay. And do you think that she was using him for his money?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Okay. Did she ask him for $100,000 after the breakup?
We don't know.
I don't know anything about
Yeah,
that.
he said that she asked him for more than $100,000 after the breakup. What do you think?
I mean,
Would that be an indication that she was there for the money?
She paid a lot of. Didn't she pay like all the rent that she was supposed to pay? Didn't she go to the
Okay,
bank and pay
very
him
good.
back for like tax stuff? He hasn't.
Very good.
had
You
to
guys are
give
staying
her-
on message. I like that. I like that. Have either of you ever cheated?
Nope.
Have you ever had a boyfriend?
Yep.
Really? Oh yeah, they tell me that you said you're a virgin.
Mhm.
Okay.
What are you looking
Wait,
for?
did you
I'm just
like?
looking. I'm wondering why it's a little laggy. What was the question?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, she's a virgin. I don't know. It's her.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm
I
not.
wish,
I'm definitely not.
I wish we had a lie detector test in this right now. I swear to God. Oh yeah, you're bisexual as well because they said, or at least that's what they've said that you're bisexual. Here, let me see. Here we go. Quote: Farha, is that the right pronunciation?
Farha,
Yeah. Okay. Farha claims she's a virgin, yet degrades herself for $10 a month on. What's the point in saving yourself yet partaking in such a filthy hobby?
I love this question because
You love it.
it's why
You're welcome.
It's partly why I do OnlyFans is because I'm not a virgin for purity or preserving myself for like the male gaze. It's because I personally just am picky and I just don't want to anyone right now. And I like that it breaks people's brains because they can't understand like a woman wanting to be a virgin out of her own volition.
Sure. Is your hymen unbroken?
Um,
You're looking at her. It's your hymen. Is your hymen unbroken?
I would assume it's intact, but I don't know. You can break it as a child, like
Yeah.
horseback riding.
Horseback
or
riding. That's
doing
always
exercising.
the example is horseback riding every time. Fantastic. Okay, carrying on.
A lot of people are born without it.
A lot of people.
Maybe not a lot.
A lot.
good
Okay,
amount.
more lies.
Or
Okay,
break it.
that's fantastic. Fantastic.
Tampons.
Yeah, I don't. Do virgins use tampons? That's fascinating. Curious. This question. So I went through all the questions that the fans had put together, and some of them I had to delete. I was like, that's not so interesting. Or you guys get asked this all the time. I imagine there's a lot of things people commonly ask you, but this one I thought was actually quite funny. And let me know if you think this is funny. They write, "Quote: From your perspective, ladies, how can the assassin do better to help men become great men in this modern era?
How can what?
How can we, people on my side, do better to help
What do you mean?
men?
What's your side? Because it's not red.
Everything that I do.
Fake companies?
Yeah, right. How do we help men become better? By the way,
Maybe start real companies?
at some point the joke has to be funny. Like you keep sticking with it, like it
I
has
think
to
it's
hit. Like when I
hilarious.
was saying the
It's
global thing,
definitely
that was
to certain
hitting.
people.
That was hitting,
To
but this ain't
you.
hitting. It's not hitting. It's not hitting.
to
I'll
you.
laugh.
I mean, you're asking me a question about
But
what
go
you
ahead.
could do differently. I think doing the things that you pretend to do would be a good start.
Very good. And you're going to keep with the lies. That's very good. How about you? What do you think?
I'm not fully sure like what you promote. Like, can
Sure.
you tell me a bit like what
Very
you
good.
espouse to your audience?
Very good. You seem to be more reasonable. I don't know if it's maybe I've not hurt your feelings. You know, you might not have feelings. That's also possible. But you seem to ask smart questions. I like it. I think it's just the honesty. You use your real name and things like that. I think it's the honest, like just not that you're an honest person, but it's a higher level of honesty. I think that's really the root of it. Anyways, one of the things that's most important to me, because you had mentioned that a lot of guys that consume your content and engage with you are lonely. And I agree wholeheartedly. In fact, I think there's clinical levels of loneliness and immaturity in the society. One of my big pushes is to organize people in person. So all around the planet Earth, we have sections of the Assassin where they get together and do a number of things that are productive, friendship based. And one of the chief things is exercise. Health is hugely important to me, not consuming intoxicants and spreading those basics in physical health that help you achieve, have a foundation for achieving greater things in mental health.
I would say those are all great solutions. I support all of that. I guess the one caveat would be probably not to promote calling girls whores because I feel like hate is right next to horniness. And when you teach men,
Said hate is next to horniness.
100%.
Okay.
I think when you're, enraging your audience to call girls like us whores, I think you are kind of also riling them up to go consume and just be more like violent, aggressive.
This is a fascinating, and I appreciate you sharing that. And I can tell that that's a sincere note from you. And no one wants to be called a whore. But the ironic thing is that even whores don't want to be called a whore.
I'm not even saying it from like personal
I
feelings.
hear
I
you.
don't have feelings.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in terms
Damn,
of
Shorty said I don't have feelings. I said that a little while ago. I had a feeling she didn't have feelings.
I don't.
Sociopath over here. But anyways, here's the thing, love. Is there a such thing as a whore?
I think the crass informal definition would be a girl who sells their body. Yes, but I think when
damn, you're good. So you said the definition of a whore, meaning the true meaning of the word, is a woman who sells her body.
It's an outdated definition.
Do you sell your body?
I sell photos and images.
Do you sell your body?
I think a person who sells photos of a car isn't selling cars, so no.
Okay, a person who sells photos of a car. Who the does that?
No, I'm just saying you wouldn't say that.
Sells photos of a car.
I'm saying if I sold
you be going to the metaverse on
no,
this.
I'm just
This
saying
is
if
crazy.
I sold you a photo of a Lamborghini, you wouldn't say I sell Lamborghinis.
Who sells photos of cars?
You understand my point.
Where can I go to
Can
buy
you
a
follow
car
the
photo?
syllogisms?
No, I follow you being an escape artist. You're the greatest escape artist since El Chapo. It's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
But do you understand what I'm saying? That you're saying sell my body because you're trying to.
I think that you're a whore who doesn't want to be called a whore, and that's the problem in today's society. No one wants to be called what they really are. Like, for example, let me tell you the difference. Like, you just defined the whore, which is a woman who sells her body. You actually do sell your body, the textbook definition, yet you don't want to be called under your true name. But the difference is when you have someone like her, she'll even try to put a term on someone where there's no evidence, and the evidence is there, and then you try to say the definition is wrong. It's obsolete. No, it's not obsolete. It's not a banana. There's no expiration date. It's not milk. It doesn't spoil. What are you talking about?
Has a definition if you look it up, but it'd probably be outdated and inappropriate to
It's not outdated. It's only when you're dealing with newspeak. This was written about by George Orwell. When you have persons like you who are the scum of society, the dregs, and you want to convince everyone else that you're normal. Why? So you can feel included, so you don't go through more mental turmoil knowing that you're different in a bad way. And so you have to reorganize the whole society, including their morality. But because people have a natural sense of right and wrong, you got to force them. That's why earlier you said that you need to be able to control the content that kids consume at school on their phones, when really we should teach them morality instead of force.
Okay.
And you would think someone like you who's about liberation, sexual liberation, would believe that globally. You don't know what that word is. I'll tell you later. But you only believe it when it benefits you. You want to redefine words when you can redefine yourself out of being what you are, which is a whore.
It's about you look at the culture, you look at outdated lexicon. People typically don't use whore in the same fashion they used to. People don't use the word Negro in the same fashion they used to. And you wouldn't give
What was the second one though? I didn't hear the second one. What was the second one?
You wouldn't give the same.
What was the second word?
If I justified
what was the second word? I didn't hear you. I didn't
hear.
Negro.
Okay. You wouldn't give the same whole speech if I said,
okay,
you're a Negro, aren't you? What do you
I am a Negro.
But if I were to say
no, let's get with it.
Probably have a reaction to that
let's get after it, baby.
In talking about
tell me, say you are a Negro.
The same way a bunch of men will
tell me. We're gonna play. We're gonna do it.
You would probably have the same
let's see who lives in reality. No, let's get in reality, baby.
Why can't we call you a Negro?
No, let's get in reality.
We're in reality.
Tell me, say you are a Negro, and then I'll tell you you are a whore. Let's see how we react. Go, tell me, hit me.
I'm not gonna do that.
No,
because
no, tell
I'm
me.
not gonna subscribe
Tell
to
me.
crass, outdated
Here's the
lexicon
thing.
just to
No,
match your low
no.
your low grade energy.
Here's the thing, love. I am a Negro and you are a whore. And I'll tell you why. Because if you want to use the word Negro, it's referring to a group of people who share features. And if you were to use that term, however obsolete it may be, it's still a real word. And if that term means that I am a descendant of those who were victim of the transatlantic enslavement, also known as the Mayafa, yes, I'm a Negro. And if I said you were a whore, I would be accurate in saying you are a whore because I am rightly categorizing you with women who sell their bodies. You are in fact, just a high-tech, but still a you would not be known by a different name. It's just a fact. Why you can't deal with the truth?
If a podcast of white men corralled black men on here to be like, you're a Negro, aren't you, over and over, would you just think that their intention was to educate them on a definition?
No, so here's the difference. If we were on a podcast and a bunch of white guys say, you're a Negro, aren't you? I say, yes. Then we can move on. But if I keep denying it, then yeah, it's a discussion because it's ludicrous, because I'm denying something that's obviously true.
No, I mean, half this conversation you would say,
and I tell you this, if you want to say the N-word with the hard word,
so
if you want to say the N-word with the hard R, listen,
you're just a dumb Negro, you probably have a visceral reaction.
I would say I'm not dumb, but if you feel that way, it's fine. It doesn't bother me.
Like you're using the word whore in an
if you want to use the N-word with the hard R, I will also say yes.
You're a dumb whore. So my point is, you're not using the word whore neutrally, and you would probably have
that's
a
description. That's a job description.
You on and saying you're a dumb Negro to half your point.
No, listen. There's two important things. So number one, that was a job description. Calling her a dumb whore, that's not an insult. It's a job description. That's actually what she is.
Dumb Negro.
Furthermore, the same energy if I were to call you a dumb Negro.
I love that you're bringing that up because what it tells me. No, I'm going to tell you why I really enjoy it, because this always happens when you find that you can't defeat someone. No, 1 second, love. The fake laughing, please. It's getting old. When people cannot defeat you, especially if you're an articulate black guy, of which there are few, they always go to the race thing. And here's the funny thing: you found the wrong one. You found the wrong one. But I like it. No, listen.
Thank you so much.
1 second, love. 1 second.
Please, Gabriel.
So one thing I really appreciate is that you found the right one. If you wanted to call me an N-word with a hard R, I would say yes, that's correct. Correct. Carrying on. It's the problem. Here's the difference.
Dumb N-word, would you have the same energy?
I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's absolutely fine. I'll tell you why.
Would you think I'd have some sort of agenda if
it doesn't matter?
You on podcast,
it doesn't matter.
Every 2 sentences, what do you know? You're a dumb N-word.
I'm not. Here's the difference. You're offended when I call you a whore because you're a whore and you don't like the truth.
I'm not offended.
And you don't like the truth. If you call me an N-word, I don't care because I don't feel like I'm a valueless black object. I don't feel that way.
So do you think black people are wrong? So do you think black people are wrong for not wanting to be called dumb Negroes?
It doesn't matter what they feel. Black people's biggest issue is not being called the N-word. Their biggest issue is not racism. Their biggest issue is poor education and low income.
You're pivoting.
So call me an N-word. Please say you are a dumb N-word. Hard R, please hit me.
I'm good. I'm not going to ruin my career on the Singing Center podcast.
Oh, but that's how you feel. There's nothing wrong with that.
Did I say that's how I feel?
That's how you feel. There's nothing wrong with that.
You're not using the word.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You're charging it up.
There's nothing wrong with that.
If I were to say you're a dumb Negro,
that's why you bring that up, because that's meaning to you. Like if I was a white guy, would you say, how would you feel if I called you a dumb Negro? You wouldn't. You wouldn't, right? You bring it up because I'm a black guy and you think it has meaning, and I'm telling you it has no meaning.
You're calling me a whore over and over and saying, why? Isn't that the definition? I said it's informal, it's outdated.
It's the true definition and you don't like it.
And
we're going to carry on. You're hurt. You don't want the truth. You don't want the truth.
Why don't you address my analogy? If I were to sell pictures of a Lamborghini, am I selling
No one buys pictures.
Oh my God, can you not engage with a hypothetical?
You're a prostitute. You're a high-tech. That's what I'm telling you. You're saying that because I don't sell my body on the streets, I'm not a
prostitute.
You're a high-tech prostitute. That's all there is. You're a high-tech prostitute. That's all there is.
Accordance to your own emotions and not actual objective
emotions.
lexicon.
Please stop. You don't want to be a whore.
No, I feel, bro, I'm
really excited about being.
Do I seem offended? My eyebrows have not moved this entire
That's Botox.
podcast.
That's all it is. That's all it is. It's Botox. She can't make any faces. That's why I don't know why. I don't know how she really feels. She's a sociopath with Botox. I'm confused out here. Goddamn. Anyways,
if I was a sociopath, why would I need the Botox to hide my
You're a sociopath. That's why you're able to do OnlyFans and take all the you're able to take all the social sanction. It's an amazing thing.
Is a person who sells photos of a car selling cars.
It's an amazing thing.
Engage with it.
This is what he does when he doesn't have an answer.
You are a Negro. And if I sold pictures of a Lamborghini, am I selling Lamborghinis?
I enjoyed that. I also like how you guys said it in unison. I wish you were damn near wearing like a
cloak.
No, like the outfit of like a slave master's wife. That would be kind of entertaining, but you'd need to be a little bit more pure because I think you'd probably be called a Negro too during that same time, right?
He
Got him
smiled when he
anyways,
said
carrying
that.
on.
He's like, you're with me. You're a Negro whore.
Got him anyways, carrying on.
Negro.
No, actually, that's a good point. They would call you a Negro whore. Do you realize that? You
I
realize
don't
it?
think they would call me a Negro.
Oh, someone doesn't know who they are. That's fascinating. Do you think you're white? Are you white?
No, there's no.
Do you
there's-
see the
Is
world
there
through
any
a binary
is there a
lens?
spectrum
Ah,
between
okay,
white
Do they
and
call
Negro?
Asians Negroes?
Listen.
Do they call Native
Is there
So
Americans
anything
I have a
between
question.
white and
One
Negro?
second.
Do they
Second.
call Latinos
Let's see how
Negroes?
much you
Am
know.
I Negro?
Were you born in this country?
Okay. If
No, I
I
want
sold
real quick,
pictures,
just real
no,
quick.
no,
Were
you
you
wanna
born
say
in
I
this
sold my
country?
body? Engage with
Were
the
you
hypothetical. If I
born in
sell
this country?
photos of a product, am I selling that
Do you
product?
think that 80 years ago in America you wouldn't be called an N-word?
And would I?
I don't think I'd be called an N-word. No.
You'd be
Maybe
white.
maybe like a sand N-word.
Categorically in America, would you be white or would you be colored? An
Is
N-word.
this the way you think?
No, I want to know.
Literally
Is your
is.
thinking this
You're so
dichotomous?
dumb. We're talking about American history. You see, I'm asking you, 80 years ago in this country, would you be drinking at the white water fountain or the colored water fountain? I want to see if you're on the planet Earth. Which water fountain would you be at, the white one or the colored one?
Does that mean that I'd be called a Negro?
Yes, you would. Because to a white person, if you are not a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant during that era, you are an
So am
N-word.
I a Negro?
So real quick,
We're
would you be
Asians.
just answer?
We're
You seem
Asians.
bothered. Would you drink at the water
I'm not bothered.
the water
I'm
fountain for the
not
whites or the
answering your
color?
question.
Just a
Makes
simple
you
question.
bothered and you've been
Sociopaths
bothered
dripping
Simple
in
question.
Starbucks.
Are you drinking at the white water fountain or the colored water fountain? 80 years ago.
Probably the colored one.
Okay,
But
thank
does
you.
that
We're
mean
done
I'd be
here.
called a Negro?
We're done here. That's
Wait, am
very
I a
good.
Negro?
Would
I really
Asians
want
be
to
called
know.
a
very good.
Negro?
Say and center. Am
No,
I a Negro?
you are a mongrel, but I think you'd probably be able to pass as white, but you are a mongrel.
Okay.
Yes,
So
very
so
good.
it's clearly there's more nuance than between white
No,
and Negro.
no, there's not, because she clearly has more melanin than you. You are pale. You are a pale mongrel. You would not be accepted as a white
she'd be
Anglo-Saxon
drinking out of the
Protestant.
Would I be the white
She'd
water
be
fountain
drinking
then?
out of the white water fountain because categorically she would be categorized as a white person. You'd be categorized as
Do
a
you
colored
actually
person.
Be categorized as a white person? I feel like
People
that's just
confuse us
historically
all the time.
inaccurate. But also,
No, she's a mongrel, so she would not be looked well upon, but yeah, she'd
okay,
be
that's great.
categorized as
Answer
white.
my question. If someone sells photos of a car, are they selling a car?
No.
Okay, if I sell photos of my body, am I selling my body?
Yes.
Okay, why? Explain. Explain. That's
I
a
like
fake
that.
laugh.
Fake laugh.
I like that
Explain.
because you are a high tech. That's why.
Okay, so actually give an actual answer.
One thing I do want to talk about with you ladies, because you're OnlyFans creators, and I think that, and I don't know if you're doing well or not. I actually think you're broke. I think you make very little money.
Okay.
Why would you make very little
What are
money?
you just
She's like a
yeah,
Persian 11
clearly
out of 10.
I make very little money, guys.
It doesn't matter what the truth is, because we're just making up things. Now, as you guys are broke creators, which is why you go on this podcast circuit,
Exactly.
constantly traveling. I think that people look at
With
you
no
and they
money, we're traveling.
yes, because you're broke. I think people look at you and the young girls who similar to yourselves are dim-witted and talentless and lazy and immoral. They think maybe like those girls, instead of working at Starbucks, which is where I should really work according to my merit, maybe I can make a buck if I put on some
Yeah.
silly glasses and show my butthole. So I think the problem is that they're misinformed because the data indicates that the overwhelming majority of people are making not enough money
I would
to live
never
on.
advise my audience to go into, like I've said that before, just
Me too.
because
Your
I
audience
do
are
it.
dudes, so you're saying
That's
you wouldn't
not true.
advise women.
My TikTok is 70% women.
Oh, okay, you're not talking about your audience. You're just saying your audience globally. Got you. Go ahead.
Yeah, in general, I wouldn't prescribe my audience to go into OnlyFans. Like I was already sitting on 2 million followers. I knew exactly how much I could make. I knew I could potentially retire off of it. And I knew I was already doing content creation for life, basically. But I wouldn't prescribe that to my audience because the average creator makes like $100. And in this current climate, I don't think
$100 per month or per annum?
per month. And during this climate, I don't think we're there yet where it won't hinder your job prospects. So I wouldn't advise it to my audience.
So on average, if women are making $100 now, moving forward, even if the culture lets up and becomes more permissive, corrupt, then the market will be more saturated and it will push down income, not only for that average one who's making 100, but also
but
for
if it won't hinder
girls who are
job
making more.
prospects, then it's fine. Because if you won't get, if you won't
But
lose
we're
your
not talking about
job,
that. We're not
if you won't
talking about
lose
that.
your job, we'll also
Yeah.
make an extra
That's like
50 a
saying you
month. Who
shouldn't
cares?
do
Oh, so you're
YouTube
saying-
because
you're saying they
YouTubers
should
make
do
on
it-
average that much too.
You're saying they should do it as a supplemental thing.
No, I was saying, let's say we're in a culture where you could do it as a supplementary thing without losing your primary source of income. Then I think that'd be fine if you're only making like 50 to 100 a month. But right now, it's not worth risking a career for only 50 to 100
Exactly.
a month.
I agree with that 100%.
One of the things I find fascinating is this metaphor that we've had in the culture, which is the concept of selling your soul. And so as a capitalist, you say, well, what is the price of your soul? And when I think of the soul, I think of it being like, you enduring spiritual damage and breaking things that you cannot unbreak, your reputation, all these other things. Is it worth anyone's soul to make $100 a month, even if the culture is permissive?
Well, I think that depends on what harms your soul. So it depends. Like for me, it
You
doesn't
don't have a
hurt
soul.
my
I
soul.
hear
Let
you,
me
'cause you ain't
finish.
got one.
I don't think it doesn't hurt my soul in order to put my body on the internet, but I run my page. As everyone on the internet knows, I'm kind of famous for running my page in a way where I'm making actually less money because it violates my ethics. If I pretended that I ran
What do you mean?
companies,
What do you mean by that part?
I don't hire chatters. So I literally have 450. I can pull it up right now. I have 450 unread.
Every OnlyFans girl will tell you that they respond to you. Them individually responds to you.
I mean, this is pretty well known on the internet. This is why some of my fans I can
I
pull
have
up
multiple
have been
people.
left on red.
I have multiple
since
people working
February
for me
8th.
responding to you, and I don't get paid to respond. So how they
That's
do it,
so-
I
yeah.
don't know.
So
How
I'm
do
glad
they do
that you
it?
find my ethics.
Their
and they
people are lonely, and they come to them for engagement.
Yeah,
My people
listen.
don't come to me for that level of engagement and connection, and I got to hire people to respond. How do they manage to respond? They're lying to you. They have people doing this on their behalf,
I will
and it's
pull this
mostly
up
guys.
and put it on the
It's
camera
mostly
right
men.
now. Okay.
It's mostly men
Everyone can
responding
zoom
to you
in.
jack
I have
off artists.
434 unread messages that no one's
You need to
responding
hire
to
an
but
additional
me.
person.
No, I don't have anybody. But it would hurt my soul to lie and say I started a company when I didn't.
You're a
So it's just
liar.
different
You
thing.
lying
Different
constantly.
things hurt our souls. That's all.
You're lying constantly.
So it
Your
just
lips are
depends-
lying.
just
All this
depends.
makeup is lying.
Is this where you've pivoted
Everything's
to when
lying.
like somebody
What are you talking about?
calling us?
What are you talking about? Everything about you's a lie. What are you
Okay,
talking
if
about?
that's
Your
really,
nails are a
really-
lie.
if that's
Everything's
really,
a
really
lie.
where you wanna go
Your
to?
waist is a lie. Everything's a lie. What are you talking about?
Waist is a lie. First you said my boobs are a lie.
Everything's a lie.
Someone pulled a clip where he's like, your boobs are clearly fake.
Everything's
and then
a
also the screenshot of
lie.
him being like, actually, I was wrong. Your boobs
Everything's
are
a
real.
lie.
Wait, how is someone's waist a lie?
It
Anyway,
just means you look good.
Yeah,
but he
thank
doesn't want to
you.
simp.
stop.
That's him
it.
simping when he says your looks are a lie.
Stop.
You like my
it.
waist?
No, I love to compliment women. I just don't like fake things. You see, the thing is, I like authenticity. I don't
But
like
she doesn't
things
have
that are
boyfriends.
fake.
Yeah.
Stop it.
You lied last time.
Stop
I'm
it.
going to post the DMs
Stop
of him
it.
simping for me.
Post those DMs.
Yeah.
Don't forget to send them the dick pic too. Don't forget. Share all the DMs.
Wait, you didn't send me a dick pic, but you had
No,
to admit
share
that you
all
were
the
lying.
DMs.
Yeah, I will.
All of them.
I will.
All right. Anyway, so you all think that if a woman could potentially make just $100 a month, it's still worth her trying out OnlyFans? Or you say, hey,
we
sis,
just
We
said
just said,
no.
okay, so for instance, someone said I want to be
I'm
a
talking about
YouTuber.
today,
If
just today.
someone wanted to be a YouTuber
Okay.
right now, I'd say, okay, you may make extra $100 a month, but the chance that you're going to be very successful is low. Same thing with OnlyFans. However, because of what she said very clearly,
YouTubing and OnlyFans is the same thing. That's
Let
crazy
me
because my
finish.
mom would create a YouTube account
this
in a
is
jiffy.
literally what she
In a
spent.
jiffy.
She spent 10 minutes
The
explaining
fuck?
to you.
You
The
guys
difference
keep
is
taking your
the job
dirty things
process.
and comparing it to something clean. Don't take your dirty thing and compare it to something clean.
No, I
Take
had
your
a-
dirty thing and compare it to
All
something
right,
dirty.
I don't think he
I
understands
had a
English.
roommate who's an influencer and she's very Republican, has a lot of like conspiratorial opinions. She told me she wants to start a podcast where she talks about them.
Mhm.
You probably wouldn't consider that a dirty thing to be like super, super conservative, but I told her right now in the climate, it's probably not worth it because you'll hinder your job prospects. I'm not even saying there's anything wrong with freedom of speech or expressing that, but I would still advise her against it unless she knows she can bank off of it. And I didn't think her audience was big enough to where she'd see that type of ROI to where it's worth it. Does that make sense?
So when you're making a decision, you want to look at what the opportunity cost is. And right now, the opportunity cost for doing something like, depending on what other job prospects you have available to you, could be really hindering. However, if that is not the case in the future, or with certain things like it's not the case, like being a YouTuber, I would say go for it. Very simple. We've explained this to you twice now.
Okay,
each.
so in summary, after all those words, you're saying don't do it.
Sure.
Thank you. That's all we needed. Thank you. Carl writes, flame these hoes. Sir, yes, sir.
There are a lot of
George
people that I would tell
writes,
to do it.
tuition.
Though. Yeah.
Y'all can't never answer questions simple. I said to the average woman. Anyways, Johnny writes, peace to the saints, time to cook. Shout out to the ballers. Gio writes, excuse me, here we go. Let's start this off right. Peace to the saints, big homie. Hope all is well. Appreciate you. Shout out to the real ones. Hit me with the super chats.
Sorry to use third element. I love how the conversation turned to the girl on the right. Love it. None of the above 101. Who the duck sells pictures of cars? Anyways, I got to incorporate the fake and the laughter and the parroting that the lawyer has mastered. I'll be killing it globally.
Globally. Always globally in a real way. You caught up?
Yep.
Fantastic. Folks, send in your comments, questions as we wind down here. We do want to respect the fact that these ladies have some tricks to get to, right? This is Vegas. I'm sure they have some dates lined up that they will be compensated well for. Okay. Some fat Armenian, hairy Armenian dude in the Bellagio right now, waiting on these nice young ladies. God damn it, we can't waste their time. But one thing I do want to do is give a couple notes for the women who are watching, because I think that you do bring up one meaningful point, which is that if you go into this and you fail at it, you do want to be able to get another job. But I guess for women, there's always a safety net. There's always a sugar daddy. There's always some idiot who will finance you. Now, he's generally not going to be very appealing or attractive, but you can live off of him at the very least. But if you don't want to live off of a fat, ugly dude, let me give you guys some numbers. Over 2.1 million creators on, and shout out, they're doing all right. 2.1 million creators. That's just creators, not consumers. That's extraordinary. With earnings ranging from, this is per month, $100 to $180. That's wild. But that was the average. And we know mathematics, you don't want to use the average. Sometimes you want to use a different measure because the average can be not a good representation. What metric do you want to use instead of the average?
I think you look at the person's, like, I don't want to give general advice to everyone. I want to look at the person. And
Okay,
say, like,
so
is
I'm
this
saying
something that I
instead
can
of the
do and be
average in
successful?
mathematics, what measure do you want to use to find out? Because you mentioned studies and
Yeah,
data.
okay, wait. What
Instead
is
of
the
the
question?
average,
What's used
yes.
to do what?
Okay, so for
Used
example, if
to-
you're looking at housing prices sometimes, and you have a neighborhood where there's one house that's very
no.
expensive
Are you
and one that's
talking
very
about
cheap.
OnlyFans? What is the question?
I'm saying when you're looking at a data set and you want to figure out what will be most typical,
that doesn't. But that's
instead
not a way
of
to do
using
that.
the average, what mathematical measure should you use instead of the average?
It's not. I wouldn't say.
Just
that
keep
that,
making eye contact with me.
No,
Don't look at
that's
anything
not-
else.
nope,
Since you're so
nope,
smart, what would you use
nope,
instead of the
nope.
average?
I would not say that.
You,
should
what
go
would
by
you use
what's
instead of the
typical.
average?
The median.
The median. God damn it, I knew you were the smarter one. You are dumb as a box
you're
of rocks
asking me
and you're
the-
pretending to be smart.
Okay.
You are not smart.
Okay.
Don't you ever try to act like you have anything on me. It's ludicrous.
Okay.
The median, thank you. You got a good education. I don't know
Okay.
where you grew up. God
Okay.
damn it. You grew up in poverty or some. You went to
Definitely.
black schools. God damn.
Yeah,
Your
the
mama was
school-
on Section 8. Where did you grow up? Amazing. Yeah, the median. You don't even know basic mathematics. That's
I was
8th
wondering
grade
what the
right
question
there.
was.
That's 8th grade. Stop pretending. Anyways, don't you ever disrespect me. You're unworthy.
Keep going.
Now, so the average person on earns between 100 to 180 per month, but that's on average, which is not the best measure. A better measure would be, now I want you to say it now.
What's the question?
God damn it, she still don't know. It's the what? Go ahead, baby. Show it off. Show it off. You know it. Go ahead, show it off. Show the intelligence. Go ahead. Show that good upbringing. Go ahead. We know.
I said I went to a second-rate school.
No, it's okay, baby. Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell us, what is the mathematical measure we need?
The median.
The median. Thank you, love. We would really need to look at the median. And it turns out if you look at the median, most women on OnlyFans are not even earning $100, which is to say they could not afford, after a whole month of work, they could not afford to go to a nice restaurant in Las Vegas, Nevada. After a whole month of exposing themselves on the internet with images that will be immortalized and forever there to degrade you and sully your family name.
I think there are a lot of idle accounts. A lot of people create accounts. I don't think it's possible.
You don't know what a median is. You can't talk right now. You have to wait until we get off of this topic.
This is literally the point.
You don't comprehend
is that
on this
how
one.
many women who are actually posting daily on OnlyFans and then get the median there, not people who just create accounts and then don't do anything with them. That's a better metric.
That would be a good point
That's
if you
a better
understood what a
metric.
median is.
I
But
very
being
well
that you don't understand what a
median
median is, I know
do.
that you don't.
Do you want me to explain it to you? Do you want me to explain what a median
No,
is?
no, don't try
you don't
now.
want to
It's too
give me
late.
the
It's too late.
opportunity to show off my smarts.
It's
I
too
can tell
late.
you right now what I mean. I can
But
give you an example and everything.
I do have a question for you to pull on your intelligence.
Mm.
Do you think that OnlyFans girls are more likely to be less competent than a woman of the same age?
I think because of the stigmatization of OnlyFans, it's going to attract people who like I think I'm an anomaly in that I just would enter.
You're the smart one, right?
No, I'm an anomaly in the sense
Okay.
with my background and my privilege. A lot of women wouldn't want the stigma and they wouldn't want to enter something where they're going to be like sitting across from you, but like I don't mind. So
This
I
is
don't
not
think,
OnlyFans. You're doing this. This has nothing to do with OnlyFans.
what I mean is like this kind of thing just shows that I'm the type of person that's going to put myself in situations that a lot of other people
that are
wouldn't.
embarrassing
Because
yes.
of the stigma of it. Just like if being a hairdresser was super stigmatized and everyone would like, there'd be a lot of people in society who wouldn't like you, that would obviously attract people who may not have as many other prospects available to them. So I would say OnlyFans probably compared to the average woman is more likely to get the underprivileged, would be more likely to gravitate towards it than let's say being a lawyer. because that requires different
That's a
things.
very feminine answer instead of saying yes or no. You've given me a long explanation. I appreciate that.
Too many words for you?
No, it's just that when I asked you what the
When I
what the
asked you what your IP
mathematical
is, you can't
measure
even give
is,
me
when I
one
asked you what
answer.
the
You can't
mathematical
give me one
measure
word.
is, you didn't know, and
I
the
didn't.
the good answer
question
would
was-
have been just like, I don't know. And as an honest person, when someone asks me something and I
you're a
don't know the
very honest
answer,
person.
I would just
Very
say,
honest person.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Is that
don't
you
know.
don't know what your IP is then?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
See,
you don't
I don't
know.
know. There
Okay.
it goes. See,
He
that's how
doesn't
you
have
do
an
it.
IP. All right.
Fantastic. What do you think?
You said, is the average OF girl likely to be less competent, like less skilled than
Than
another
her
girl?
than her parallel who's not an OF girl.
I don't know. I'd say neither. I
Why are you trying to copy me? She's sick.
no,
I
it's
like
not.
that.
Are you saying like a successful
I'm
only
teasing
girl or
you.
just anyone who makes
On
an
average.
account?
Now we're moving from the median to the average.
If they're able to make income off of it, I think they could potentially be more financially competent than the average girl. Yeah.
If they're able to actually make it work.
Yeah, because you
But that's
typically
not
need
the
like a
average
second
OnlyFans girl,
platform or
right?
some like marketing skills. Well, I said
Yeah.
average OnlyFans girl, assuming they're successful enough that they don't need a second.
So then they're not
income.
average because the average OnlyFans girl is not
But when you're saying
successful at it.
OnlyFans girl, you make it sound like that's their primary income.
The average one that's on the platform has an account.
Just has an account.
Yeah. So that would be the one that's
Then
unsuccessful.
I don't know. But if they're an girl that's their primary income, they're probably more financially competent, financially successful.
If that's their primary income. I actually agree with you because at that point they would be, though in a dirty business, they would be an entrepreneur.
Wait, when you say
which takes
competent, do you
some-
mean financially
Because
competent?
there's
or
no
competent?
discovery. You have
Actually
to you have
mean
to like
globally.
cross promote on like
Globally
Reddit or
competent?
another
So I would
globally.
stick with my same.
Say that once more. I'm sorry. She interrupted.
No,
Go
I was
ahead.
just saying there's no discovery on. So
Mhm.
in order to make it a primary source of income, you'd have to like cross promote or market on like podcasts or like a TikTok or Instagram.
Right.
So it's not just a matter of like just uploading pictures of your asshole
Right.
in order to make it your primary income.
And that's why most of them are making $100 a month because
yeah, they don't have a way to promote it.
they're not smart. Yes. Hit me.
St. Michael Goodwin. This was some mental gymnastics. Sarti's third element. Where is Bridget? This girl fumbles. Fire her. Thank you.
Damn.
I know.
Whoa. God damn. Damn.
Nico blinks. Thank you. The definition of is someone who engages in sexual activity for payment. Posing nude in seductive fashion is in fact sexual activity. Keep the trash analogies, ma'am.
Whoa. Do you want to respond to that? No, well, since you're the smart one, let you respond first.
Listening, go say for it.
This
I was
bitch
thinking
dumb,
about the
boy.
I was thinking about
This
the
bitch dumb.
Yeah, not listening is dumb.
Whoa.
I was thinking about the
Yo.
Armenian at the Bellagio.
Her
I'm
mind,
about to go
her mind
blow.
be going so damn slow. Repeat that
I was
slowly.
thinking about the Armenian. I was
You
about to blow
repeat
in the
that
Bellagio.
slowly.
The definition of a is someone who engages in sexual activity for payment. Posing nude in seductive fashion is in fact sexual activity. Keep the trash analogies, ma'am. Cars are not human beings with societal
Why?
binds.
I wasn't even something I said. Why would I answer that question?
Oh, that's too up here for
No, are
you.
you asking me?
That's too up
Ask
here.
me the question.
Are you? Is my question first,
Yeah,
and then
I would say yeah. I just don't think I don't care. Yeah,
I appreciate that. Can you just say I am a?
I am a.
We're gonna be friends off camera.
No,
We're gonna
no.
be friends.
I
No,
know
we're
you
gonna be
tried last
friends.
time, but no.
We're gonna be friends. You ain't delete that dick pic though, huh?
You
She subscribed to my OnlyFans. Yeah, I got an OnlyFans with one subscriber right here. She be paying big money. You heard me? So subscribe to her so she can subscribe to mine because mine expensive. Anyways, are you?
If that's actually the top definition, I thought the definition was someone who has sex in person,
No, it's
not
not.
just
Yeah,
like e-sex.
it's not. That we're considered. I guess you more accurate. I would say virtual because that's the colloquial. I'd say that more aligns with what most people see as. But I don't mind the difference
Are
between
you a
prostitute and
prostitute?
whore is like
You've heard the
derogatory.
definition.
If
Are you a
that's the
prostitute?
definition, then yes, I am a prostitute and proud.
We have brought
Prostitutes and
them. We have
proud.
brought them a little closer to the truth. We've not brought them to Jesus. We have not brought them to the straight path, but we have brought them a little closer to the truth. And I don't think any podcast has ever done this before. So
We were never
No, I
sensitive
feel-
to the labels. We were
I
just
re-
pushing back on how you were using
whore.
them.
You are sensitive to the labels.
Did I seem sensitive at all tonight?
Are you a whore?
No, according to the
Damn
definition.
it! There you go. Okay, carrying on. She, but she not a whore. How's that work out?
Because whores outdated.
How's
like
that work
Negro.
out? Go ahead.
Correctly.
I need, we're gonna make 2 shirts real quick. We're gonna make a shirt. I am a Negro. And I'm gonna get her one that says I am a whore.
A Negro whore, because
But-
I would have drank out of the colored fountain.
That would be so damn funny. Would you wear it?
I would.
Listen, chat, goddamn it, chat, don't you fail me. You guys better remind me. I am a Negro whore shirt, and I'm sending her one. We're gonna get your PO box. I'm gonna have somebody reach out. We're gonna get your PO box. Do you want a white whore one or just whore?
White whore.
Mongrel whore does kind of have a ring
nice
to
ring
it.
to
Yeah, mongrel whore. Very good. Okay, chat, do not let me down. This is good. And this is gonna tie in with your promotion. I'll make sure it's a crop top for you. It'll be great. It'll be fantastic. Go ahead.
Shout
For
out to
her,
Beckley.
I'm emaciated. I need a sweatshirt. To
we
keep
just gonna
warm.
get you a beanie. You get you a beanie. I'm a Negro whore. Okay, carry on.
Reckley, yo, peace to the saints. Marquett, did you know that Jazmen Bimbo is a eugenics? Andrew Wilson exposed her and has been destroying her on debates.
Okay, do we want to? So the reason
Says you're
people,
into eugenics?
So he asked me, should women get married sooner or wait? And I said that all our data indicates that waiting till you're 25 and over, especially if you can also be college educated, has better outcomes for marriage and for children. And he said, but Black women are less likely to go to college. So are you saying that Black women shouldn't have children? If you think that's
Wait,
a
who
great
said
argument,
this?
Andrew Wilson.
Oh, I don't know who that is. Okay.
So sure, if that's what being a eugenicist is, then I would give the same advice to all women, irrespective of their race. You should wait until you're probably 25, if possible, being educated before you get married and have children. That seems to be the best measure of success, both in marriage and having children, no matter what your race is.
Don't listen to people who are carrying on.
We're good, caught up.
Okay, fantastic. That was completely idiotic. And your peak physical health as a female in terms of birthing healthy children is not going to be later in life.
Yes,
so I
but you
highly
also want your
recommend
children
against
to
that.
thrive. So if you're just trying to pop out as many children as possible,
Her
sure,
definition of thriving
you should
has
have-
nothing
you
to
should
do
start
with
popping
anything
kids
other
out
than
at
money.
16. Then you should have
Low
as many
key.
children as you can, if that's what you want. If you want your
If
children
you
to
are
actually be
intelligent, yes.
successful and have good
And moral.
outcomes, then you should wait. It's better to have two children.
Is only would
than
you consider
actually-
OnlyFans a
if you
good
wanna
outfit
have
or a fail?
two, if you want to have two children and have them actually accomplish things versus having 16 children, you make.
Would
that
you
decision.
consider a good outcome for your child?
Yes, I think being a multimillionaire at a very young
I didn't
age,
ask you that. I just asked you, do you consider to be a good outcome for your child?
depending on how much money they made on.
Okay, so money is the measure of a good outcome for you. Understood.
One
Now
of them.
that's why you can't
That's
listen to
one of
this
them,
person.
for
Thank you. Dwayne writes, Saint, I was referring to the last live. Okay. All right. Not sure what that means. You're gonna have to send that whole thing. I'm kind of lost there. Shout out to Charlie. He writes tuition, truly appreciate it. Shout out to the real one supporting the work. And looks like we are caught up there. Fantastic. You're caught up too?
Yep.
Great. Let me knock out my last questions as we wind down. Okay, so again from the fans, gentleman writes, Farha says, okay, I think I'd ask her that. I think it seems like his issue might be with the pricing model. Farha says she hasn't lost her virginity. I know I said this before, read this before. She hasn't lost her virginity because her standards are extremely high. Then why is her so cheap for others to consume? She's sick. You guys are sick. All right, just go ahead, answer that piece. Then we'll go
I
on.
think it's more invasive to have someone's dick inside of me than to simply look at photos of me. Yeah, I think that makes sense to a lot of people
Okay, fair enough.
who aren't childish. Yeah,
Fair enough. And when you say your standards are high,
I don't know if I said high, I I'm picky. Is
Oh,
like
I think you did use the
it's
word
an
picky.
invasive act, and you have to have a high level of attraction. To
you're
someone.
heterosexual?
I'm bisexual.
You're bisexual. Have you had sexual experience with females?
Mhm.
And you said you're raised in a Muslim family.
I know they're so.
Put my individual camera on. Is my individual camera on right now?
Do you think Muslims don't?
All right, go back to the wide screen. That was crazy. Amazing. Okay, and then the next question is hilarious. I'm going to ask both of you. Are you a good person?
I think I could do better, but not because I sell my body. I don't think that has anything to do with my goodness.
Can we do that over? I'm sorry. Start all over, both of us. Are you a good person?
Define good.
Thank you. Are you a good person?
Yeah.
Is my individual camera on right now?
Are you a good person?
They ain't asked me. Carrying on.
We just-
In your AMA video, what is AMA?
Ask me anything.
Okay, very good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Was that a podcast?
Is it for me or for her?
I don't know. Let me read the question. In your AMA video, you stated that you once considered, this is for you. In your AMA video, you stated that you once considered lesbianism. God damn, it's an ism to be
I
a
don't think that
lesbian.
was me then.
However, when Marquett asked previously, this is you, you said you've never had any inclination. How can you be trusted as a lawyer?
Okay, I've never said it. I've considered lesbianism. So that's just incorrect.
Okay, so this is what the person wrote, and the internet is undefeated. So I just want to make sure that we are getting your correct statement here.
Yes.
So you are stating that on the AMA video, which you said is the Ask Me Anything video, you never said you considered lesbianism.
Yes, I never said
You
that.
never said that.
No, I never said that.
Okay. So we have us both in this shot right now, right? Okay, fantastic. Just want to make sure because if you did, we got to go back and clip
Sure.
that. You feel me? All right, cool. Anyways,
It's like
so
when
you're,
you said my boobs.
so
are
you're
fake,
not
you were
lying.
Wrong. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Anyways, how can you be a trusted lawyer? Well, she's not a lawyer. God damn it, she's not a lawyer. Fair enough. Anyways, next one is, have you ever considered, okay, got that one. Oh, this one I like right here. And you already lied about this, so I'll ask you, do you personally reply to all of your, or do you have others who collaborate with you to do it?
I do it myself, but I have someone help with like sending out the packages, like the content packages. But in terms of the conversation, I do it myself.
You're getting a little closer to the truth, but you're still lying. So I appreciate your effort
I'm
to
not.
not be a flat out liar. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Anyways, carrying on. And I also like how you said I'm not. Can we just do that real quick? Because that was really fun. Can you tell me a blatant lie real quick? And then I'm going to say you're lying. And then I want you to say the same way, deadpan, I'm not.
Oh, you want me
Okay.
to tell a lie?
Yeah, let me think of a good lie for you. I want you to tell me that your coochie does not stink. And then I'm going to say you're lying. And you're going to say,
I'm not
not.
saying that.
All right. All right. Carry on. Carry on. All right. Carry on. Anyways, any regrets you have or things you would worry about with your lifestyle?
No.
No regrets. I
Mm-mm.
figured as much.
I think we're both probably hesitant about like safety stuff, but other than that, I don't think we have any like moral qualms about
Yeah.
life.
And I don't know if we regret anything. Like
Yeah.
regrets is a weird word. With the amount of
Regrets is a
money that
weird
we
word?
have both made. Yeah, it's a weird word in like with safety.
Okay, and back to the money.
Mhm.
With regards to the amount of money.
The only
we've
type
made.
of
Concerns, I
the only
guess.
type of regret I think that it's like, oh, if I hindered future opportunities and I didn't set myself up for retirement, but that's not the case. So that would be
Okay.
the only regret.
How much money have you made since you're very wealthy?
I make 7 figures a year. I'm not gonna give you exact
Okay, let me
numbers.
just count how many that is. That's a lot. So every year you make more than $1 million.
Mhm.
Bottom line, not top line, but bottom line.
Yeah.
Are you a multimillionaire?
Like, do I have that? Well, also my parents are pretty well off, so I've always come from money. Now,
That's the thing that kind of me up about you. That's how like it saddens me because truth be told, when I observe people in certain professions, I'm kind of like, yeah, I get it. I'm not gonna knock the hustle. You kind of got to do that. But folks like you, it's just like, damn, like you are actually a devil. You are
Okay.
actually a demon on earth. Like you did not have to do it, but you're like, you know what?
yeah, I didn't want to wake
I'm
up.
a
and go to
low
work
person.
every day.
I'm doing it. I don't need the money particularly. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
That's crazy though. That's amazing.
That makes me demonic. Makes me demonic.
Yeah. You were like the mid-tier person in high school, right? Like you weren't like very popular. Like you weren't voted like you weren't like the beauty queen or homecoming queen or like voted best smile or anything like that, right? Like you were just like the mid-tier person in high school.
I was actually pretty popular in high school.
Yeah. What did they vote you in the yearbook?
I don't remember like the yearbook.
Nothing. Okay, got you.
I don't think we even had.
I just want to see if there was evidence of you being what you say you are. Okay, there's nothing. Okay, carrying on. That's fine.
Where's the
Anyways,
evidence of you having an
any
IP?
regrets? Any regrets? Again with the fake laugh, I love it though. Any regrets?
What's your evidence of your IP?
Any regrets you have or things you worry about with your lifestyle? I think there actually have to be some answers to this. If you think deeply, I know you guys are being defensive and you feel like I'm constantly attacking you. And you know what? You're right. I am attacking you. But on a sincere note, like, are there any regrets or things that you worry about with your lifestyle?
So my lifestyle is like I'm pretty introverted. I stay home most of the time. If I'm not home, I don't drink or anything. I'm out. If I go out, I travel a lot. I see a lot of the world.
Do you
and
travel
I
by
do,
yourself?
Or with friends or with family. I travel all the time.
Oh, your family has not abandoned you.
No,
Your father knows about your. How's he feel about it?
he doesn't like it, but he hasn't abandoned me.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a better man than I am.
Oh, for sure.
Carrying on. I guess I couldn't say
But I
better
guess
because my daughter wouldn't be showing her
and
butthole for
then
money. That
so
was
I'm
I didn't
so
say
I
it
guess
right.
the lifestyle I
Mhm,
have is that I post stuff on the internet and make a ton of money. But if
mhm.
my day to day, I don't know what I would regret about traveling and
Got you.
sleeping
So
in
no
and
regrets
having a
here.
bunch of
She's
money.
perfect. No regrets. Everything's going swimmingly. You can never believe someone like that. What about you?
No regrets, but the only moral concern I would have is that girls would think because I do it that they should do it if they're not in the same position as me. Like I wouldn't want girls to say like, "Oh, because Farha does OF, I want to
Mhm.
start one because I think she's cool or something."
Yeah. Do you think that girls get that sense?
It'd be hard to gauge. I haven't gotten any DMs that say like, "Hey," if I got a DM from a girl that says like, "Do you think I should do OnlyFans?" I typically say,
Hmm.
"Don't."
Hmm.
Like I do say that.
Yeah.
You do spend time on
Yeah.
your platform saying that. So
Yeah.
because of that, I think that would deter somebody who
Mhm.
maybe thought about it and
And
then
that's also
watched you and
partly
be like,
why I don't share my income because I think people,
Yeah.
if even I tell them socially, like my friends, my income, they'll hear it and be like, maybe I should start it, even if they have no platform. So that's why I don't say it
So you
publicly.
think the money would be alluring to them?
I think it would, yeah.
Yes. Yes. It's a dangerous thing when we live in a society where um, our mentalities, because I actually love capitalism. I think making money is a phenomenal thing. I truly believe in business as a force for good, in fact. But when capitalism gets out of control and we have people who pursue profit at any cost, then we experience great problems in the society. And I think that generally it's one of those places where you collect individuals who are pursuing profit at any cost, even the cost of their soul and their reputation and their family.
Can I ask why you see it as a detriment to the soul?
Well, what about yeah,
No, I'm asking from your purview.
I'm saying, do you think is detrimental to the soul?
No,
Ah, I see. I see.
I don't think we have the same views of soul. So I guess I'm asking like,
Not at all. Because are you an atheist?
I'm agnostic, yeah.
So you don't believe in the soul.
Not necessarily. I just don't
Right.
like when people just outline that just selling your photos of your body or even like selling sex detriments your soul because it just feels like a visceral reaction that guys just can't admit is because you're turned off by
are
it.
you religious,
Yeah.
for instance?
I just follow the ism.
Okay, well, if you
I just
whatever
follow
you
the ism.
follow, there's a lot of people who are religious or they follow the Islam, whatever they follow, and they think that even your behavior, while they may agree with you that what we do is wrong, they think that getting online and talking to women about how they look would be damaging
Yeah,
to their
like
soul
calling them
too.
whores all day on like
A
your
lot of
chat.
No,
religious,
that's
godly
honest.
people.
That's
Is that
really
is that bad
honest.
for the soul?
Is
Honesty.
that bad for your soul
Honesty is
to
great for the
operate that
soul.
way?
No, honesty is great for the
I think
That's
a
why when
lot
you
of
said you're a
Do you think
Negro,
it's
when you
for
said you're a Negro, I said I'm a Negro.
okay,
Because
question.
honesty is
Is
phenomenal.
it good for
I'm
this?
a
Okay,
Negro.
can you just answer my question? Is it good for the soul for your chatters to fester in your little chat and call us whores to let out their anger and use us as punching bags?
How do you know that
condone
they're angry?
behavior?
What if they're not angry? What if they're completely calm and rational and they're stigmatizing you such that they can prevent others from following your dark path to destruction?
Do you think someone typing in all caps in like a Rumble chat, which is typically like the average viewer of these types of shows, is
I
not
think
operating out
people
of
who type in
anger?
all caps, if it's just the one word in all caps, I'm like, all right, you emphasize that. Cool. If
Emphasized
the
it.
whole sentence was in all caps, I generally block these people
There are
because I think they're low intelligence. Like it's similar to people who don't know what the word global is. They don't know what a median is or a mean or a mode in mathematics. I think that they're low intelligence. So these persons I would block or ignore because they're irrelevant on the
So you
planet
think
Earth.
it's good for the soul for them to incessantly call us names
I don't think
instead
that
of engaging with the content
I
of our
think you're bringing up
argument?
a very meaningful point. So number one, you guys being here is a show. You guys are no one to debate in general. You're no one for me to debate. It's a show. You're here to promote your
That's not
OnlyFans.
true. We just
I'm
platforms
here
are literally
and
we
I'm
just debated Michael Knowles and we didn't touch
yeah,
on OnlyFans at all. That was just about politics and culture.
I hear you, but the only reason
There's
that
a
you're
reason we didn't
there,
prep for this debate.
the
and we
only
prepped for
reason
that one.
the only reason that you're there is because
No.
male nature is ruled by carnal desire. And so you guys are just props, really.
No, we didn't really show much. I
You're
didn't
you're
show
just
much
a prop.
skin. The
You're
third
just a
person with
prop.
us doesn't do. She doesn't show any
I
skin.
know that
We were there
it would
for
be
feminism.
psychologically damaging for you to accept your true position. And the
No.
human being has to, in their psyche, find a
Then
redeeming
why was our
factor,
third
or else
panelist
you
not
would
an
off
OnlyFans
yourself.
girl? Why was our third? Why wouldn't they
why
bring on
was she
another girl?
Because then you'd have three. I mean,
But wasn't that
what's the
the point?
purpose?
We're there as carnal set dressing. Why not?
But you're
finish it
already
off?
there. So that checkbox is already
They
checked.
checked it twice.
Yeah,
with two
it's already
whores.
checked. You got a skinny one, and then you got you got the BBL deluxe, and then you got
Anorexia.
the emaciated minimum.
At least
you
my
know?
boobs aren't fake anymore.
So the point is this. Where were we? You kind of distracted me as you were talking. I was getting to something. It
I
felt,
said,
felt meaningful.
do you think it's good for the soul for your
Ah,
chatters to
yes,
take
yes.
out their anger
No, that's
on
a really
people
good
like
question,
us?
Farha. And you know what? One of the reasons that I do have a problem with RP is because I do find that there's actual, in some cases, there's legitimate misogyny. In some cases, I also think that. Do you know what this word is?
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Don't say anything. You don't say anything.
Yes,
You.
it's hating. It's the opposite of misogyny.
Can you pronounce the word?
Misandry.
Okay, and what does this mean?
It means hate. It's the same hatred of men.
I feel like we prepped her too much for it. Damn. We should have never mentioned misogyny. God damn, you got over on me. God damn it. Anyways, sasnbrand.com. If you want to teach some more of these types, what this word means, log in, boss up, sasnbrand.com. Anyways, you do have a good point about the hatred piece. And one of my issues with the RP community is that there's several things, but number one is I do believe that the female is a natural pair to the male. They offer significant value. It is typically different from that of the male. They are a complement. And so at some level, we need the female because we are a natural pair, natural. So when we spew out all this hate, it shows that the males have experienced trauma just as you two have probably experienced something broken, or there's something in your head that's just not right. And that's something I speak against because we're all better together. So I agree with you there. When we talk about the hatred of constantly calling someone like you a whore, if it's merely describing you or stigmatizing you with purpose, I think it's fantastic. But if it's to express my anger, rage, disappointment, trauma, I putting my ex's face on your body, if it's all that nonsense, I think it's detrimental to both of us.
The word is calling her a dumb whore. Every other sentence.
I told you that's her job. This is who she is, a
question.
description.
I have a
It's an
different question.
adjective.
I have a different question. Do you think, and there are plenty of very religious, godly people who may agree with you that what we're doing is sinful, that it's damaging, that it's demonic, but do you think that they would say it's good for the soul to come on here and talk about people's body types or their lips and all that stuff? Would you disagree?
Did I hurt your
with them?
feelings?
No.
I hurt your feelings.
I'm asking
Jazmen?
you. Can you answer the question?
I wish I could use your real name
Can
instead
you
of your
answer-
fake
I mean,
name.
you didn't make fun of.
But
listen,
Jazmen, I would like
can you
to
ask
say
the
no.
question? Can I ask the
This
question?
is important,
Can I ask the
Jazmen.
question?
I
Can
want
I ask the
everyone to know for the
question? Can I
record,
ask the question?
she did
Can
not
I
ask
ask
me
the
to
question?
apologize.
Can I ask
Usually the chicks usually do this. They ask you to apologize. This is the leftist
Is that good for
tactic.
your
They
soul?
say you need to apologize.
Is that
She
good
didn't
for your
ask me,
soul?
but I've observed that her feelings are hurt.
Accept your apology.
And as a man,
all right, I accept,
sometimes you have to give
all
them a
right,
little
all right,
something,
I accept your
make them
apology.
feel better.
I accept your apology.
Because
Do
I
you
hurt
wanna
her,
engage?
and it's not right.
Do you want to engage? Okay, so I
Jazmen,
accept your apology. I get it.
I
You're sorry. I
apologize
get
for
it.
making fun
All
of
right,
you.
I accept your apology.
I
But my question
apologize.
is, would you say those people are wrong? Those people that
Who?
are godly, these people that say like you can make your point
Mhm.
without being
Vitriolic.
vitriolic. Do you think it's good for your
What does
soul?
vitriolic mean,
You
Jazmen?
do it in a hostile way where you're
Okay.
coming at people's appearance, when you're doing low blows. Do you think
Mhm.
those people are wrong to say it's not good for your soul to
Mhm.
attack people in this way? That you can make your point without,
Like, be nice, play nice, be nice,
I'm just asking,
right?
are they wrong to say that
Be
you can do it
nice.
without talking about their appearance
Be
or trying
nice,
to use,
Marquett, be nice.
that's
You
how you
hurt
feel.
my
That's how you feel.
feelings.
I didn't talk about
You
feelings.
hurt
She was
my
saying from a soul, like
feelings.
From a
preserving
soul
your own
Hurt my
soul,
perspective.
feelings.
like having good
You're a
self-preservation.
Negro. You hurt my feelings, you black Negro.
He's such a joke. I don't know what to do.
Just call me a black
Why
Negro.
would we say black and Negro? So my
Because
point-
it sounds more mean, though, doesn't it? I swear it does.
No,
when you
it
put
sounds
black on it,
retarded.
it sounds more mean. More mean. You black
there white
Negro.
Negroes?
we're not talking about our feelings. For the
Black
person,
Negro.
don't you feel like it's bad for their
The
own
soul.
soul preservation to just practice hatred?
Does that
towards
feel
other
good?
No,
people?
there's no hatred. There's no hatred. You guys are symbols, and I despise what you are. And I think the more we can
Do you know what
stigmatize
despise
it,
means? Is despise not a synonym for hatred?
listen. The more I stigmatize what you are, the more there are onlookers who say, "Ooh, I don't want to be in that seat. I don't want to be in that position. I don't want to be looked upon that way." Especially with regards to females.
the
Because
way you
one
do it
second, love, you
matter?
asked me the question. I'm answering it right now.
You're not.
Because with regards to females, you guys tend to be more agreeable, and the community matters and the culture matters, which culture is not established by two persons, as you suggested
And if you
earlier.
condone the actions
So
of two persons,
as
you're
someone who is
essentially
influential
condoning it for the culture.
Very
can-
influential.
as someone who is influential and can spread, that's why you're here, dummy. As someone who is
Very
influential and can spread culture, then yes, I do want to continue condemning you in the harshest terms. And I also want to marginalize you, and I also want you broke, because I want you to be disempowered in the society and put in your proper place.
So why do you always?
yes.
So why did you like say like it could be a mutually beneficial for us business wise to keep collabing together and put our links below? Why do you do that? Isn't that promoting
No,
our
listen.
business?
The people who are watching, who actually follow my message, they wouldn't ever subscribe to you.
They
It's a
do, though.
ludicrous
Our
concept.
first is our
It's a
literal
ludicrous
the
concept.
clip that went viral
So,
from our first
what
interaction
you have
was
to
a
understand.
subscriber is the one who put us together in the first place.
Here's the thing you need to
That was a
understand.
fan of yours and a fan
So
of mine.
I invite you on for the same reason you came on, which is to get benefit. You see, because in us
So are you
bantering
not-
back and forth, we will have a viral clip that will be cut and spread throughout the internet. And there
That
will be
make
persons.
me money and probably not you.
And we're also not accusing you of selling your soul. And
That's because it would be ludicrous. You'd look dumb to say
But if
something
I
like that.
thought
There's
you
no
were doing
evidence.
something-
Tell me, how have I sold my soul? I want to hear it.
that wasn't my point.
How have I sold my
point was,
soul?
if you think we're doing
You can't
something-
accuse me. So that's your
If
point.
you see
You're
us
saying,
as
Marquett, don't
symbols-
call me a bad name. Well, the bad name is true. And I welcome
Okay,
you
can I
calling
finish?
me what I am. I don't mind
if
being
you
what I am.
truly see us as
I'm a
symbols-
Negro.
That's great.
Hey, how about this?
I'm a Negro.
If you see us as symbols of Satanism, why would you platform
I didn't say
Satan and then put
Satanism.
links to Satan's
I did-
Instagram?
I did not say Satanism.
And you literally said you put us on here because of the satanic act of your audience wanting to like
I did not
be
say
women.
Satanism. I did not say a satanic act.
soulless.
You
satanic.
platformed
I said
us.
you have no soul.
We're gonna make
Which is
more
a fact.
money
I
than
can
you've
see it's
made probably
absent
ever
in
in your
your
life off
eyes.
this.
What about her?
Absent in your eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then if I'm emotional and have a soul, then I'm triggered. So where's with the balance?
Never said that. You're making up things.
You said we're defensive and we're emotional, and if I say I don't have emotions,
Why do you
call
always
me
look at her? This is a
soulless.
very feminine thing, but
We're
you're in a
best friends. Yeah, we're
masculine
really good friends.
you're in a masculine position right now. You're trying to contend with a man. Just make eye contact with me. You don't have to look to her for
She's
comfort
nice
or
to look at.
reassurance.
Way
You need
nicer than you.
reassurance.
What'd you say? But yeah, so my point is, why platform someone who's soulless? Like, why platform soullessness?
Why-
Why are
why
you
do you ask?
sponsoring OnlyFans?
If
Why
our
do you
ins-
ask?
if our
I think you're
Instagrams are
smart. I think
soulless,
you're smart enough to know. Why don't you tell me the answer? You're
why don't I
smart
argue
enough
with
to know.
myself on a podcast?
Tell me. No, you're
Why
smart
are we
enough to
here?
know.
Why'd we
Now,
fly
if it
out
was
to
her, if it
Vegas?
was her, I wouldn't say that. But you are smart enough to know. Why are you
I flew
here?
out to Vegas to steel man
You're
your
smart
position
enough to argue with yourself on a podcast.
Why are you here?
because you want your cake and to eat it too. You want to like offer
You
the
want to
torture
sponsor
of dunking on
OnlyFans?
us while also offering your audience the so they could take either
Oh,
category.
you think I would like to offer my audience? You think that's why you're here? It's
You're-
for me.
Look, give us
Why
sponsorship.
does she have no?
You
so
are
who is
sponsoring
father?
OnlyFans.
Bring her father here.
You are
If your
sponsoring. I just want to
No.
say this. You are.
Whoa,
our
would your
sponsor.
father ever?
The
Can we
way
get your father on?
OnlyFans girls get sponsored.
What I want her and her father on my show. I want you and
You're
your
not
father
important
on.
enough for my father.
I want you and your father.
You're
Your
only
father's a
important to me.
nobody loser. No
He
one would
doesn't
be
have
proud
say,
of
You're a
you.
nobody loser. I'm
You don't
so
want to be
figuring
proud of
out
you.
what
Your
IP
father's
is.
Persian.
Where's
If your father went to
Fletch?
Iran,
Where's
he
Fletch?
would be vilified. He would be looked down on as scum to
You're
have a daughter
vilified
like
in the
you.
West. You're vilified in the
You
West.
are
You are
scum
known
to
for
a
being
father.
scammer.
You are scum to your whole country of origin. You're scum to your whole country of origin.
Broke, okay?
Your whole
Not
country of
only are you
origin.
broke, but you're sponsoring
You're ludicrous.
OnlyFans. You're sponsoring
How much money do I have
OnlyFans.
in my bank account? I'm broke. How much money do I have?
Definitely not
Tell
as much
me.
as you pretend.
How much? But
you
I want to
pull it
know how
up?
much. I want to know how much.
You don't have that information.
I
on the
wanna
internet. All
know.
you have on the internet is
How do you
lies.
tell me how much money I have
I can
then?
tell
You
how much
sound
don't have.
dumb. You just
I can tell you how much you don't have.
how much don't I have?
You definitely don't have millions of dollars.
Okay, do I have 1 million?
Probably not, because
No,
I can't
probably
see
not. Okay.
anything that
What
may
do-
make
what-
you. You have a YouTube channel that doesn't get a ton of views.
Okay.
You don't really
Wait,
have
why are
much
you
else.
here then?
What do I mean? Why am I here? Because we were.
I have a
really
YouTube
excited for
channel
this,
that
and
doesn't
actually
get
we were
views.
gonna
Why are you
debate-
here?
We were going to debate.
Why
red
are you
pillars
here?
Yesterday.
I didn't ask
So-
what you were gonna do. I said, why are you here if it
Because
doesn't
we
get
were
views?
coming to Vegas and we were trying to figure out what else we could do.
Because
in
you're
Vegas,
broke.
and I was like,
You're
maybe
broke
this
and you
ain't
need
it.
every opportunity to make money.
And thank you for giving me the
You're broke.
opportunity.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you for sponsoring
You're welcome.
OnlyFans. You're
Damn,
you, by
I'm
putting us on
sponsoring out here. I got equity in the OnlyFans out here,
Yeah.
man. I got equity in the OnlyFans. It's
tally
the
up your
pimpin'.
total your super chat money, and that's
Oh,
probably
my
what
goodness.
I've made times 10
Times
just in
10.
this interaction.
Times 10.
Yes.
You know, one thing I really like about you, she exposes the only value that she feels she has. She's never
That's definitely
spoken
what
to
I
any
said.
merit. When I asked her earlier, I said, if you didn't exist, if you died right now, or better yet, never existed, which would be much better, what would the world be missing?
And I asked
And
you that
don't
question.
interrupt,
and
don't
you
interrupt,
can't tell me.
don't interrupt. And she couldn't name a single unique thing that she has offered to the world.
He can't
'cause
name
she
the
has
one
no
thing he's
value.
saying that
Hold
he's-
on one second, love. And furthermore,
is his
anytime
IP?
you don't have to interrupt because you're embarrassed. You don't want the truth to get
No,
out. People
I'm-
like
I
you,
know.
you try to
You're
close up on the
interrupting me
truth.
now. You're
Let me
interrupting
finish.
Let me finish.
You
Let
weren't
me finish.
talking.
Nope, I'm talking.
So the fact
I'm
of the
talking.
matter
So
is
the
that
fact of the matter is,
calm down.
This guy is a scammer.
Calm down.
He has no business.
So
If
she can
would never
only say
existed,
that
none of
she
his
has
fake
money.
business wouldn't exist
Very good.
either.
One second.
Very good. One second.
She can only
He
say
does not have an IP. Go look up his businesses. Literally,
love,
when you click
stop.
on it,
I'm trying to
stop,
go
stop,
easy on
stop.
you. I'm trying to go easy on you, but you're
I'm trying to go
behaving like an
easy.
animal.
You're
Really, you
behaving like
are.
an animal.
I can
You're
tell your
behaving like an
father did
animal.
not give you
I
any
can tell you
discipline.
don't have your
And
mother
because
didn't
your
give you any
father
discipline. And
never taught
because
you
you're
anything,
lying about
that's
your
why you
act,
have
which is why-
all
that's
of
why
this surgery. You have low self-esteem. You have all these
cannot tell me
surgeries,
what kind
things
of
trying to
low
make you feel
self-esteem do
better
you have to make up a
because you're a
company
totally
that
fake
doesn't
person.
exist.
and you have no
What
belief in
kind of self-
yourself.
what
That's
kind of
why
look
you have to
went
sell
if
your
you went to
butthole.
Berkeley and you have
You're
to make
really
up a
low IQ.
company,
You go by a
you're
fake
very low
name.
IQ.
You don't even
I
know what a
wanna
median is.
know-
You don't
I
know what
wanna
median
know
is.
what
You don't
your
know what the word
IP is.
global
You don't
means.
have an IP.
You're
You
low
don't have an
IQ.
IP.
I'm glad you
don't have
brought
an
her
IP.
because it made it
You don't have
interesting.
an
I was
IP.
I was
What's your
kind of
IP?
scared of what we
What's
were
your
talking about.
IP?
I'm glad you're
Yeah, you already
I'm
did
glad you brought
2-hour
her.
debate
Thank
with
you.
me. It's one
And
of the
thank you
highest viewed
thank
videos on
you
your
for being
channel,
here. I
other than
appreciate
the one
that.
where you're showing how to
Thank
have
you.
sex.
Thank you. Very good.
Can we pull that up?
Okay.
Okay,
Very good.
very good. What's your IP? Nick?
You are a nut.
What is your
I swear
IP?
to God,
What
Joe,
have
you
you
are a nut.
contributed? What's your IP?
Yo, you are actual
I
nut.
wanna
Shout
go
out to
back
Dwayne.
that first
He writes
question.
men would.
What is your IP?
He writes men
What
would.
is your company?
I don't know exactly what this one relates to, but he writes men would kill themselves. Stop the lies. Oh, I think you said if they didn't have your men would kill themselves earlier. You said that, right?
If they didn't have your app, nothing
Strong
would change.
2020 writes,
Exist.
these broads are incorrigible. Correct. And that's what I try to tell you guys. You can't save them. They're beyond saving. Go ahead, hit me.
Correctly, Marquett, could you rate these 304s out of 10? And would you give them the pipe?
Out of 10 on attractiveness, I presume.
I'm assuming that's what he means.
You know, I honestly try to stay away from these kinds of things. It's very common on
After
dating
calling
shows. I didn't call her. Did I say the word ugly? I never called you ugly.
Globally unattractive. Sorry,
There you
not
go.
ugly.
Globally unattractive. That's all. Did you ever figure out what globally means?
Yes, and there's
Good,
multiple
thank you. Okay,
definitions, and
so
globally unattractive could be
you
multiple
will
things.
admit that you didn't understand though.
No, I did understand.
Oh God, you
I
don't
did
ever. You
understand.
do not
don't
fuck with the truth.
understand.
Will I rate them? I'm not gonna rate them because honestly, I think that if we want to, I don't want to set a precedent of that being important. One thing I want you guys to all remember is this: when you actually want to get into a relationship with a woman, her looks are the thing that's going to wane the quickest. Her looks are not going to raise your children. And I'm not saying any of these women are suitable to have children or raise children with, because they're not. But I also don't want to get in the habit of rating chicks like that's a primary value of women. Now, for your side girl, I expect if she's a side piece, she should be physically attractive. You heard me? But if she's your main woman, then she needs to have merit. She needs to have all the things that are going to last over a lifetime. And so rating the girls or asking their body count is not really something I get into. It's a bit juvenile. I'm not saying body count doesn't matter. It absolutely does matter. And so I would definitely want a girl with no body count or an extraordinarily low body count. And I also wouldn't deal with a female who engages in sexual perversion, which is to say engaging with the same gender and things like that. So I will simply say that I find them to be women that I would never have a relationship with of any kind. And I would also be embarrassed to take them out in public.
We'll see.
I think that's consistent. I like that he wouldn't rate us, because if he's saying that like women's values in their look, then that'd be kind of like a pro OF argument. It's like we should monetize that value. So I respect
And
that.
he's monetizing us.
Oh, wait, you're saying I was logically consistent?
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Go ahead.
Stop playing, Trey. For the Master Communicator course speech, can I write it about Black women wearing their natural hair, since I already make content on this topic?
Oh, that's brilliant. I think you absolutely should do that. And I love the alignment there. And shout out to the folks who have the Master Communicator course. It is the best out there. I highly recommend it. You know what? I think it is a high compliment to say that I'm logically consistent, because it's important to me. And I think that the world is in lack of good guiding systems. I think that religion, however good it may be, has largely failed in the modern era. We're seeing slow growth. Now, Islam is growing fairly rapidly, except that I don't think that has that purity. You got people like you who say you were raised Muslim. You don't know what a Sunni Muslim is. So it's growing, but it's growing at low quality. And so I think we need a secular guiding system. So I thank you for acknowledging the logic.
Yeah, I think secularism is good. Yeah.
You think Satanism is good. Carrying on. We caught up there?
One more. I feel Jabrizi. Be quiet and drink your Saint Sinner water. IP that.
In a real way, you dig?
At least we have
In a
something
real
here. I have
way.
no evidence of his companies, but I have an evidence of
this
paper
watch.
he put around him.
Just side note, I produced this watch. We produced this sweatshirt. We produced these waters. There's a leather backpack right on that table. The black backpack briefcase. You get that at mdblabel.com. We produced that. I could actually go on for quite a while.
He
So
has some merch. He definitely doesn't have an IP though.
you have low IQ. You have very low IQ. Let me tell you actually all the things that I've done. Let me tell you all that. I'll tell you right after. Just tell me this real quick. What's the $4,000 scam?
No. What's your IP?
What's the $4,000 scam? What's the $4,000 scam? Oh wait, real quick. Show me $1 million in your bank account. Show me $1 million in your bank account. Show me $1 million in your bank account. Show me $1 million in your bank account.
After you show me your million, I'll show you mine. Because
have I ever said any time at all how much money I have ever?
You said you made a company
Listen,
that you didn't make.
have I ever said how much money I had?
You
ever?
said you have IP
Just
that you
listen.
do not have.
Have I ever said?
Do you have an IP?
Gosh.
Do you
This
have
one
an
is
IP?
tough.
Do
Is
you
this
have
your
IP?
friend? Is this your friend? No, no, seriously. Is this your friend?
Yes.
She's your friend.
Yeah, what's your IP?
She's your friend. Come on. You
What's
know
your
better
IP?
than you. Gotta stop hanging out with
like
dumb
her.
girls.
I know. I think
You got to
like
stop
her.
hanging out with dumb girls. You got to stop hanging out with dumb girls. Really, it's distasteful. It makes you look bad. I guess you can't look bad if you're an person. Why do they call you models? You're in. Would you agree? You're right.
Why do you call yourself an entrepreneur,
You're right.
IP holder when you're not?
Pornographer.
Yeah, you make.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'm just call you guys model. This is outrageous. Kind of similar to Instagram
Like
model.
calling
It's
yourself
ludicrous.
a technologist,
It's
philanthropist,
ludicrous.
boxer that you made a
It's
fake video of pretending it was the
ludicrous.
BBC, like that.
Can you stop being obsessed with BBCs? As soon as I come around, all you talk about is BBC. As soon as I come around, I told you
No,
that dick pic got her. That dick pic got her berserk in here. It's crazy, man. I didn't dickmatize this little bit right here. She dickmatized. BBC. BBC. That's why she keeps saying Negro, because she be getting into the race play. I be piping her down. It's crazy out here.
And Fletch and
It
trying to
is
figure out
crazy.
what app you have that people are using.
It's insane.
Can't find it. What's your IP?
Oh my. You're fully caught up?
Yep.
Fantastic. Do you have any closing words for the people?
Yes, my closing word is that I think we should make a effort on the internet when
Yes.
someone has intellectual property. It's not difficult
Yes.
to find. We should be able to confirm that
Yes.
this man.
Tell me the
actually-
$4,000 scam.
No. We should be
Everything
able
she
to
mentions
listen
is
to I
nonsense.
thought it was my closing statement.
You are a person who makes up
Can I finish my
things.
closing
It's
statement?
sad.
Can I finish my closing
You have no
statement?
integrity.
So I think we should all be.
Explain
I'm
it.
going to start
Explain
an
it.
effort. I'm going to explain it right now.
Wait,
We're
explain
gonna
what you
start
already
this
know.
effort. Yeah, this
Give
is
them
what
the
I know.
evidence.
This
They
is what
want
I
to know.
Yeah, this is
If
what I
I'm a
know.
faker,
This
they
is
want to
what I
know. Explain it
Exactly.
now. Tell
This
us.
is what I
We want
wanna
to know.
This is What
Tell
I
us.
want to know is where is the evidence that this man has any type of intellectual property, or that
Right.
this man has created anything.
What research have you
successful.
done?
I looked up.
What do
I
you
was like,
know?
Fletch app.
Okay, what do you know?
And if you go on it, everyone
What
I
do you
say
know?
you go on it. How do you download this? This doesn't seem to have anything.
What do you know about it?
I don't know because there's nothing on the internet because you made
wait,
it up.
so you
It's not
did-
a real thing.
You did your research,
I did
right?
my research. There's
Okay.
nothing on it.
And you never
Copy,
found
but
any articles on it.
only not anything that
Oh,
was.
you sound stupid. Shut
No,
up.
not
Anyways,
anything
come
that
on to the
was
next
real.
person. She started mumbling as soon as I said you
Nothing
found
that
no
was
articles. She
real.
started mumbling.
The
You're dumb.
articles are
Carrying on.
paid
Next
for
person.
and
Go
they're
ahead.
fake.
Go ahead.
If there's a real
Go ahead.
intellectual property,
You're
we should be
done.
able
You're
to
done. You're
find
done.
it.
Go ahead.
So I implore the audience, let's find his intellectual property,
Very good.
not fake
on.
articles that you can pay for. I want
No
to see
one
real
believes you.
evidence of
You're a
intellectual-
failed
A lot
lawyer.
of people
You're a
believe
failed
me. How do you
lawyer.
think this
People
came
think
into
you're
my
dumb.
peripheral?
You don't
Because
even know what the
people
word
already
median means.
said
Go
that
on.
you're a liar. I didn't come up with
Okay.
it
Do you have
myself.
anything to say?
I yield my time.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you. Go ahead.
Cultural Club USA. These two represent the large swath of universally hive-minded, eternally group-thinking, corporate-controlled trend followers that comprise the vast majority of modern Western women. Brilliant show,
Damn.
Saint. D Bravo.
Appreciate you. Shout out to D Bravo. Ladies and saints, it's been a pleasure to have you on. And I tell you, oh yeah, I meant to say, if I had $1 billion right now, I would just invest it in marketing instead of using tools like you to spread my message, because I find this to be a bit unpleasant. I don't like to mix energies with low energy and
Invested
low
in
IQ
Fletch app,
people.
please invest in
You
more
got to learn how to
Fletch app.
pronounce English words. Can we get her
Fletch is
ESL
not-
tutor?
Fletch is
Why
not
do you
how
keep
pronounce
messing up
it?
your pronoun? Why do you keep messing up?
What did I mispronounce?
Why have you mispronounced
What
4
did I
words?
mispronounce just now?
You need to
What did I
study.
mispronounce
Send her
just
back to her country.
Fletch
Get Trump
app.
back in. Did this
Please
back out of
invest
here.
in Fletch app.
Ladies and saints, it's been a pleasure
We
to
need $1
have you
billion
here.